were involved. Alex Stone, ABC News.
A warning from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau about keeping cash in e-commerce apps like Venmo or PayPal.
The typical bank account is insured for up to $250,000, but if a payment service suddenly goes out of business, any funds there could just vanish. Your money could be gone. Now, some payment apps claim to offer that pass-through insurance. That is through an arrangement with a bank or a credit union. While that offers protection if a lender fails, it does not insure the customer if the app fails.
ABC's Rhiannon Alley. She was one of the writers of the soundtrack of several generations. Cynthia Weil wrote this hit for the Righteous Brothers along with her husband Barry Mann and Phil Spector. Weil died this week at her home in Beverly Hills. She was 82 years old. This is ABC News.
When they're investigating, we can't stop watching. This month on BritBox, sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the detectives. Discover Britain's most bingeable mysteries, including the brand new season of Grace, the hit series based on the books by best-selling author Peter James. Unwind with the detectives you could watch all night long. Stream them all now exclusively on BritBox. Endlessly intriguing. Start your free trial at BritBox.com.
Daria Albinger, ABC News.
Now at Menards, save big money on your next project with 11% off everything. Keep your home looking clean and beautiful with DuraClean Interior Paint and Primer from Dutch Boy. With a washable and stain-resistant finish, transforming your home has never been easier. Get a gallon of flat for just $21.97 after 11% rebate at Menards. Good through June 4th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Partly cloudy skies during the overnight in Yankton will fall to 64 with a light southeast wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy for your Saturday and warm, high temperature near 90. We do have a 40% chance for showers and thunderstorms. We will hit the 90s on Sunday and continue a 20% chance for scattered showers and storms. From Nikello Storm Center, I'm Scott Munz.
You are listening to Yankton Baseball on KYNT, Yankton's home team. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Mason Schramm and the Move Group, Hedro, Avera, Truxedo, Culligan Water, USD Athletics, 1919 Root Beer, Rhonda Westland State Farm, Vision Real Estate, Missouri River Associates, Buell's Cleaners, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Triple Time Rudy's, H&R Block, Top Notch Cleaners, the UPS Store, Yankton Medical Clinic, Hy-Vee, Olson's Pest Technicians, Gerstner Oil, Vision Care Associates, MT and RC Smith Insurance, First Dakota National Bank, First Chiropractic Centers, Sherco.
Now, let's go to the diamond with KYNT Sports Director and the voice of Yankton Baseball, Bryce Ladwig.
And good evening from Riverside Field here in Yankton. Day one of the Kyle Mueller Classic, and the last game of day one is what we're about to talk about here. And this is the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee was a helpful smile in every aisle. Yankton post-12 Legion Baseball took a victory in game one of day one of the Kyle Mueller Classic. And that final score, Brayden, 7-4 over Sioux Falls post 15. And Yankton really just came out strong in that one, and except for one offensive surge from Sioux Falls, really were in control most of the game.
You know, they had a very good game. 4 runs in the first inning really set the tone early on for Yankton. It was capped off that first inning by a 2 RBI single by Luke Bernardo to get those third and fourth runs of the inning. So we'll be expecting to see hopefully more of that today for Yankton if they can come out hot. Obviously, we'll talk more about that in the vision of the game coming on later on in the pregame show.
We are waiting for the game ahead of Yankton to wrap up, and that is right now between York and J.C. Brager, a.k.a. Lincoln Southeast. We are probably going to call them by every different kind of name today. We'll say J.C. Brager, the team out of Lincoln Southeast, and a very good couple of teams on the diamond right now. Currently, York is leading J.C. Brager 6-5 in the 5th inning, and J.C. Brager came into this contest with a 4-2 record, and they are just like a lot of the other Legion teams, Brayden, in South Dakota that don't participate in the high school league while they play their Legion teams in the spring as well. So these guys have been playing together already all of spring into the summer, and they have proven to be a very difficult opponent for Yankton in years past, actually meeting up with Yankton in the Kyle Mueller Classic Championship last season and defeating Yankton in that game 14-6. They are very consistently deep in the playoff run in Nebraska, and I think we're going to see a lot of talent on the field tonight.
And the crack of the bat you just heard over the radio, and if you're watching on KYNTV, you can see the picture as well, was J.C. Brager flexing their muscle right there and actually tying this ball game up, kind of proving how dangerous they can be in that situation. So it's something to keep an eye on. It's going to be a tough opponent for Yankton. They will be playing next, so I believe Brager will get a little bit of time to rest, recuperate between games, but you have Yankton, who played first pitch 10 a.m. this morning, has had all day off to rest, recuperate, refocus for this game, and J.C. Brager, who is currently in a tough struggle against York, as these two teams are tied in the 5th.
I always say there's two trains of thought, or schools of thought, I guess would be the better way to put that, with having rest. Either you like to do a kind of a doubleheader format while you're loose and you're already in your game playing mode, or you like to recuperate. But there's also the downside of maybe not rust from one day, but you know what I mean, just kind of you're away from it all day, and you have time to relax, and you got to ramp things back up. There's two schools of thought.
You know, one good thing for Yankton about having that big break between the two games is something that Coach Drew Lawrence mentioned to us after Game 1, is that Jace McCorkle will be back for Game 2. Said he was out this morning from Game 1 because he was out signing a scholarship, so congratulations to him. But that big break in between allows him to get back to Yankton, and we most likely will see him in Game 2, barring any or the final game of the night, barring any unforeseen circumstances.
Well, he's been behind the plate. We actually did that math all of, I think he only missed, no, he did all spring, every single spring frame.
Every spring game, and he never came out. So however many spring games that was, times at least 7, or at most 7. I don't believe they went to extras at all. I know a couple games ended early with 10-run rules. So he spent a lot of time behind the plate, and he's their main man back there for a reason. So he's a big piece to get back if he's back in town and ready to play for the final game of the night.
Yeah, Rugby Riken did a nice job behind the plate, and he's caught in the past before. Last year, Legion comes to my mind, but yeah, it felt weird not having Jason McCorkle behind the plate.
We had to do a double take up in the booth when I.
Well, I had to ask Coach Lawrence if it was allowed. Like, what's going on here?
Is that allowed? It's only because he was out signing a scholarship too. So once again, congratulations to him. That's something you cannot miss in a situation like this. And luckily, Yankton was still able to get the win, and now they get their man behind the plate back too.
You'll hear that in the pregame interview, which is our postgame from earlier today. Coach Drew Lawrence talks all about that for more details. So stay tuned here on KYNT and KYNTV. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show. We'll come back after a break to Riverside Field and the Kyle Mueller Classic.
Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh combines the speedy service of a convenience store with the surprising selection of the fresh foods and ready-to-eat meals you expect from Hy-Vee. While you fill up your gas tank, you can grab grocery staples including fresh produce and fresh bakery items too, or grab fresh meals or snacks. There's something for everyone at Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh of Yankton.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12-packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
Gift cards are great things to give as gifts. But when someone tells you you need to use a gift card to pay for something you owe, like utilities, taxes, and other fees, red flags should go off, and it should cause you to stop and think. Most legitimate companies will never tell you to pay with a gift card. Before you go to purchase these gift cards, please call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 and let them check things out for you so you're not out of your hard-earned money.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Truxedo, a real truck company, has new job opportunities for you. We are searching for motivated candidates to fill a variety of roles, including production roles on our weekday and weekend shifts, as well as an industrial engineer, shipping clerk, and receiving supervisor. Truxedo offers a positive and team-oriented environment with many perks and benefits. Come seek the new opportunities Truxedo has for you. Visit realtruck.com/careers for more information and to apply.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
Ease and confidence should be at the top of our minds when it comes to banking. But if your finances are clouding your future, call First Dakota National Bank. Supporting our local community since 1872, we're here to help with personal, business, and ag banking solutions. We're ready to dream big alongside you. Whatever your financial needs or goals, First Dakota is ready to help. Member FDIC.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
Picnics, family reunions, cookouts, all activities that are a part of this time of the year. And nothing goes better with your get-together than Sheboygan brats, sausages, wieners, and all-beef hot dogs. Get Sheboygan at your local Hy-Vee today. Produced with pride at Simple Meats in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
And welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. Yankton post 12 Legion Baseball. Bryce Ladwig alongside Brayden Butler for the final game of day one of the Kyle Mueller Classic. This event comes around every year, Brayden, and I do love it. And I also love the Lewis and Clark tournament next weekend. Back-to-back weekends always for Yankton, and a lot of great baseball in town.
It's like great baseball early on in the Legion season. If you want to get ran up to speed really quickly for in the early season, you got at most 6 games per weekend for 2 of the first weekends of the season.
Your standings review brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. It's Rhonda Westland State Farm. Standings are updated on Monday from the Legion office, and the season didn't start on a Monday. So we don't have official standings as the seed points are math that I am just not comfortable attacking. However, I will say Yankton is 3-0. And after this Kyle Mueller Classic, who knows where they will end up, hopefully with a really nice winning record. And I assume, Brayden, that they will be near the top. And you and I always love Mondays whether it's the spring season or Legion season, when the standings are updated.
It is the opposite of the Garfield Gurr Mondays. I am a hooray Mondays kind of guy when those standings drop.
All right, so Garfield is mentioned. I'm going to start making random notes of things that you mentioned today.
I'm not allowed to.
Brayden, no, you are, but I find them hilarious. So Brayden's pop culture reference number 1,
Garfield, because that is a hot
6:48 p.m.
That is a very relevant pop culture reference in today's media.
Because Garfield is the first thing I think of pop culture. I love it. Out of town scoreboard. Let's check on some other scores. That is brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Door, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout Eastern and South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Door is your local authorized Clopay dealer. Brayden, do you have some scores from the pools here at the Kyle Mueller Classic?
Yeah, we'll start with the Yankton pool. Obviously, Yankton won this morning over Sioux Falls Post 15, 7-4. Post 15 would then fall to Vermilion, 10-4. Vermilion would follow it up with another win over York, who we see in front of us right now, taking on J.C. Brager. 8-6, J.C. Brager currently leads this one, so we'll see how that one shakes out. Over in the Crofton pool, Hardington defeated Crofton in the opener 7-3. Norfolk beat Crofton in Game 2, 9-1. Elk Point Jefferson, the only team to win back-to-back games so far in the Crofton pool, and they will be the only team to win multiple games in Day 1 in the Crofton pool, as they defeated Norfolk 8-4, and then Yankton's Junior Legion team 10-0. The last game over in the Crofton pool should be starting shortly if it hasn't already, and that would be Yankton Junior Legion taking on Crofton.
All right, and then we also had Gazelle softball today. They took on Sioux Falls, Washington, the 5th seed. Of course, Yankton, the 8th seed. Lost Day 1 to Sioux Falls Lincoln. I believe the final score was 7-1, and then lost today 7-4. Good battle, though, all the way to the end of the game, and will now play for the 7th, 8th place game tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., about a 9:45 pregame start on KYNT, and then we'll have the game for you. Jeff Duffy of Riverfront Broadcasting will have the call from the campus of Northern State University up in Aberdeen. Best of luck to the Yankton Gazelles from everyone here in Yankton, keeping very close track, and wanting the Gazelles to get a state tournament win in the inaugural season. It's been one heck of a year for the Gazelles.
Obviously, first year as a sanctioned high school sport in the state of South Dakota for softball. The Yankton Gazelles have the all-time honor. Nobody can ever take it away from them, playing in the first Class AA state tournament game, or state tournament softball game in South Dakota high school history. Grace Burns threw out the first pitch of that game as well, so there's a feather in her cap, as she has had a great senior season for the Gazelles. They'll be taking on O'Gorman tomorrow morning, too, so there's a little bit of a rivalry renewed between O'Gorman and Yankton.
Yes, and thank you for mentioning the opponent. I forgot to mention O'Gorman. Yes, it's O'Gorman. So, yeah, and that's that actually adds a little bit of something special with the Yankton O'Gorman history. That's always, if you're going to play for the 7th, 8th, that's who you want to play. Play a team that you have some history with, and hopefully it's a good one. Tomorrow, again, on the campus of Northern State University up in Aberdeen, 9:45 pregame start on KYNT. We're here at the Kyle Mueller Classic. We're going to take another break here in the Hy-Vee pregame show. We'll come back with our pregame coach interview, which, again, is the postgame from Coach Drew Lawrence following this morning's victory over Sioux Falls Post 15. We'll be back here from Riverside Field.
Everyone deserves a competent, compassionate, comfortable medical team. At Yankton Medical Clinic PC, we are your medical team. We know you. We know your medical history and work together to help solve your medical puzzle. With all your medical history in one chart, our physicians truly know you and provide continuity of care. The team at Yankton Medical Clinic facilitates access and communication with specialists on your behalf. At Yankton Medical Clinic, we really do provide so much care, so close to home. Learn more at yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
So, you need a new vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles, all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy. Apply for credit pre-approval at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted, not all approved.
FNBO is the great big small bank, and for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
Hello, here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Make sure your grass is always greener with a new John Deere mower from your local C&B. Big or small, let the experts at C&B help you find the mower or utility tractor that'll help you get the job done right. Stop in and check out the John Deere Z-Track mowers or take a load off with a new utility tractor with attachments available to help you with projects of all sizes. Go green this spring at C&B. Learn more about available offers at DeereEquipment.com. That's DEER Equipment.com.
And welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. It's time for our pregame coach interview brought to you by 1919 Root Beer, the creamiest full-body draft root beer available. You can find it on tap at Charlie's Pizza or in cans at Yankton Hy-Vee. This pregame coach interview was pulled from the last contest this team had. Caught up with the coach in our postgame coach interview. We'll jump right into that conversation.
Coach, congratulations. 3-0 to start the season. 1-0 in the Kyle Mueller Classic so far, opening things up against a really good Sioux Falls post-15 team.
Yeah, it was a good team. They were a lot better than they have been in the past years. Those guys could swing a little bit. So we're happy to come away with the win and, hopefully moving on forward and keep doing that.
A good day at the plate for Yankton. Multiple players with RBIs. Luke Bernardo has really had a nice start to his Legion season. Obviously, we're really young into the season, but some solid at-bats.
Yep, he has good at-bats. And, towards the end of the high school season, he was kind of striking out a little bit more. And I know he's worked on it on his own a lot to kind of fix that. So him putting the ball in play and finding ways to get us runs in the bottom of the order is huge. So he did a good job today. He got a couple RBI, I believe, and was able to help us get this win.
Sean Turner threw 105 pitches. He really just put it in a full day's work on the mound. Did a nice job. Why don't you talk about his performance a little bit?
Sean did a pretty good job. He struggled a little bit, as far as a lot of full count at bats, and that's how you get to 105 that early. And he's got all the stuff that you need for a pitcher, and we saw a lot of progress from him today. Because I think Sean would tell you he didn't really have his best stuff, but he was able to go out there and compete and do a really good job for us. So we appreciate that as coaching staff.
Rugby Riken behind the plate, not Jace McCorkle. Is that allowed?
Oh, well, it's the first time. Jace had a scholarship that he had to go sign. He got a pretty big scholarship where he gets a full ride. The Build scholarship or something is what
Congratulations.
It's called. Yeah, it's great for him. So they said he was going to be gone for this first game, and we'll be catching the rest.
All right. Well, we looked at each other. Brayden and I were like, okay, what's going on?
You know what's cool about that, though, is that we all knew Jason was going to be gone, and I hadn't really made a decision yet as far as who was going to catch for us. And Rugby came up to me in practice and said, I got it. So that's the kind of guy that Rugby is.
And he's caught in the past.
He's caught in the past, but he came right away. I mean, it's a lot different being behind the plate and squatting all game and being in the outfield. And, we don't talk about McCorkle enough as far as that goes and what it takes away from your power and your at-bats. And Jace does it almost every day for us. But, yeah, Rugby came, and that's what leaders do. They come and say, hey, I got this. I'll catch for you.
Pitching plan for Game 2.
Game 2 is going to be Samuel Kamshoff. So Samuel was pitching at Dakota State this past spring for them. And, it's going to be a tough game tonight. Lincoln Southeast has won this tournament multiple years in a row, so I just had a feeling that Samuel was ready to come out there for a big win.
Again, that was part of the post-game coach interview from the last time around, but we will take a break here on the Hy-Vee pregame show, KYNT at KYNTV.
Whether it's to watch the game, eat out with family, or grab lunch with friends, Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is everyone's favorite place to eat. Checkers' menu has mouth-watering burgers, satisfying sandwiches and wraps, and of course, wings. With 18 specialty wing flavors, there's a sauce for everyone. Like to mix it up? Try their sauce of the month. Head to Checkers Tuesday to Thursday, 4 to 11, and Friday to Sunday, 11 to 11. On Walnut, just north of 4th Street in Yankton.
For work or play, JJ Benji's has got you covered.
JJ Benji's can help your company or business with the right look for employees.
Logoed clothing for casual Fridays, new employees, or daily wear.
The latest styles and materials. Give your team the look you want.
Speaking of team, if you watch the Bucks, Gazelles, or Lancers play,
JJ Benji's is filled with a variety of gear in stock.
For fans from infants to grandparents.
JJ Benji's, 201 Pine Street, Yankton.
For work or play, let JJ Benji's make you look good.
When I'm looking for inspiration, I find it playing ukulele. Music inspires me to be bold and self-expressive. It teaches me how to turn life experiences into art and find new ways to connect with those around me. how do you show your imaginative side? Schedule your campus visit to Mount Marty University at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT, Yankton.
Throw another burger on the grill because barbecue season has arrived. It's up at the lake, out in the park, and right here in Yankton. Get the family together and head down to Lewis and Clark Lake to make the most of these summer days while they last. On your way, stop by Shop Easy, south of Yankton, for everything you need, from snacks to drinks to paper plates. Barbecue season, powered locally at Cenex. Shop Easy, owned and operated by the Santee Sioux Nation, is open 24 hours for your convenience.
When you need to be sure, make it Sherco. For over 40 years, Sherco has been revolutionizing the tarping industry. From the original Sherlock side-to-side roll tarp to the 4500 series electric tarp to the ProTrap electric hoppers, Sherco has been exceeding the needs of farms and fleets across the U.S. and beyond. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at Sherco.com. Make it Sherco.
And welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball. The game ahead of Yankton here at the Kyle Mueller Classic is at 8-6 score and is in the bottom of the sixth. Right now, J.C. Brager is actually top of the sixth, and J.C. Brager is on top. And Brayden, they've been going back and forth.
And a very big fifth inning from J.C. Brager. Really turned this game on its ear. A 5-run fifth inning for the team from Lincoln. And kind of proved it was funny because it was as we were talking about them as Yankton's next opponent about how quickly they can turn games around and how good they are at sustaining offense that they put 5 runs on the board. So was that the opposite of the commentator's curse for J.C. Brager? The commentator's foresight, whatever you want to call it. But no, they've been playing very well, and obviously that big fifth inning has them up too.
And it's time for our vision of the game, and that is brought to you by Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. Brayden, basically, vision of the game is the keys to the victory. What is that?
It's going to be very similar to what we said in the game one. That's just going to be continuing to be aggressive on the offensive side, whether that's at the plate, just batting in general, working counts, protecting, driving pitches that are in the zone, not really taking much out there, and then also on the base paths, feeling free to steal, being aggressive on wild pitches, on pass balls, whatever it is. Yankton was very good at that in Game 1, and that contributed big to the 7-4 victory. So more of that in Game 2 against J.C. Brager. They could come out of this 2-0.
Starting pitcher of the game brought to you by Missouri River Associates. Looking for insurance agents that have the knowledge to point you in the right direction? Contact Missouri River Associates in Yankton.
Obviously, you kind of heard in that pregame coach interview, Samuel Kamshoff is planning to be on the mound for Yankton Post 12. Obviously, pitching at the next level with Dakota State back here for one last ride in Yankton Legion baseball. And he's been great for Yankton in the past. He's a collegiate pitcher. Obviously, he's got the stuff to go up to the NAIA level, so we'll see how he does today, his first action of this year for Yankton Post 12.
No, it's calls games last few seasons, and he was always a steady arm on the mound, kind of how Drew Reichen is now for Yankton, and lucky to have another season out of Samuel Kamshoff. Vision leader of the season, and that is brought to you by Vision Care Associates. Looking for the highest quality eye care with a personal touch? Call Vision Care Associates today to schedule eye evaluations for everyone, or visit visioncareassociates.net. Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. And that, of course, is always our kind of batting leader, the Vision at the plate, entering the game. Who do you have, Brayden?
Today it's going to be Matthew Sheldon, who his numbers don't jump out at you right away, but the reason we're focusing on him is his ability to make plays with runners in scoring position. He's got a 400 average with runners on second or third base. He's got tied for the team lead early on in the season with 3 RBIs in those scenarios as well. We could talk about being aggressive on the base paths all we want if we want to go back to the division, but someone eventually has to bring those base runners home, and Matthew Shelton's been good at that this year.
All right, we'll take another break here on the Hy-Vee pregame show, but right now J.C. Brager leading York 9-6 in the sixth here at Riverside Fields, day one of the Kyle Mueller Classic.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please go forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
This sports season, keep your athlete hydrated with sparkling ice. Choose from a rainbow of colors and flavors, each sourced from nature with vitamins, antioxidants, and zero sugar. Sparkling ice, tease your taste buds with tropical flavor. And rehydrate with Prime Hydration, the perfect combination of flavor and function, changing how you refresh, replenish, and refuel. With 5 awesome flavors and no added sugar, you're getting the taste you want without anything you don't. Prime Hydration, the perfect boost for every endeavor.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Core Trust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from Core Trust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit coretrustbank.com today.
Member FDIC.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we see patients from 1 to 101.
Come experience our gentle touch while you relax in our massage chairs and watch TV. Patients are loving our new digital scanner. No more ooey gooey gaggy impressions.
We'd love to meet you, and we're always accepting new patients. Call 665-2530 to make an appointment. Elwood Family Dental Care, where we take care of the entire family.
Looking left the entire way. Feed route wide open. Carter Bell. Touchdown. South Dakota. And the Coyotes extend the lead.
Be a part of the fun inside the Dakota Dome this fall. South Dakota football season tickets are available now. The Coyotes' 6-game home schedule opens September 9th against St. Thomas and includes games against rivals South Dakota State and North Dakota. Season ticket packages are the best value and are available at goyotes.com. We are South Dakota.
I'm Lenny, and I've worked at Hedro since 2013. Some say hydro, but it's Hedro. Simply put, we bring aluminum to life by shaping it into the things the world needs. We're global and in over 40 countries. There are 23 plant locations in the U.S., and Yankton is the second largest. This means a career at Hedro is strong and promising, with a great chance to move up or move around. Be a part of a bigger story, a story shaped by you. Jobs.hedro.com.
Do you really think it's a good idea to buy insurance off the internet? After all, it is insurance. It's not a commodity like a toaster. It's a contract to protect what you value most: your home, your car, your business, your health, and even your life. You need a professional, in-person agent to make sure you have the right coverage to fit your family's needs. Schedule an appointment with us today. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
Welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee with a helpful smile in every aisle. Post-12 Legion Baseball, day one of the Kyle Mueller Classic, and we have J.C. Brager and York in their final half inning of work on the diamond. Right now, J.C. Brager leading York 9-6, and then we'll have another kind of lull in the action as both teams need a chance to warm up, and well, that means, Brayden, for you and I have a special segment I will air that involves
Before we get into that, though.
Wow, just wow.
Before we get into that.
No, that's fine. It's fine. No, it's cool. I was ramping up for a special surprise.
Just want to take care of some logistics.
You know what?
If anyone watching on KYNTV, as Bryce mutes his mic in frustration, for anyone watching on KYNTV, you will be able to see that it is the 6th inning here. The reason we see this is the last half inning. By rule in the Kyle Mueller Classic, there's an hour and 50-minute time limit, and then they finish that inning after that, and we've reached that time limit if everything is correct in our math, which it's easier to tell time than to do most math. So this should be the last half inning of this game. 4 runs for York, and they'd win. If they don't, then it should be it. But there is also the scenario if they only score 3, the games can't end in a tie. So now that I spoke that into existence, I immediately regret it, but I digress.
I don't even know where to go now, Brayden.
How about you do your fun little segment, man?
You know, I'm hurt. You know, I was really excited to bring this special segment to the air.
Well, then bring it, man.
You know what? I need some time. But we will go over our field conditions brought to you by CMB Equipment. Field conditions are brought to you by CMB Equipment. Navigate around your yard with John Deere lawnmowers from CMB Equipment in Yankton. Today's first pitch temperature, you know, and it might go a degree left or right. We'll see. But I'm a little ahead of ourselves here. But right now in Yankton, 80 degrees, and the wind is coming from the southeast, around 10 miles per hour, which means in baseball talk, that's coming in from left center inward. So that is your field conditions of the game. And, of course, the field, well, it's half turf. But the outfield does look great.
Yeah, the outfield does look great, yes.
Every time I come to Riverside, I want to just take turf, not from Riverside, but just in turf my yard. Because I had a mow yesterday, and there was like a divot in my yard, and the lawnmower like caught part of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And launched it and made it worse. And Katie's out of town right now, so I'm trying to figure out ways to just avoid, you know, her seeing that, unless she's very well does listen, and probably I'll be getting a text any moment now.
Congratulations, you just outed yourself.
So thank you so much. Why do I do this to myself? But yeah, I don't know what happened, man. And we tried to take care of the lawn, but sometimes I think that long winter really did a number on a lot of people's yards for different reasons. But I digress. Those are your field conditions of the game. Umpires of the game brought to you by South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the diamond. We will have your starting lineups later once we get them. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And we will have time for the special segment. I'm going to try again. Unless, Brayden, you want to stop me.
I just want to say that obviously it would be difficult for J.C. Brager to get us starting lineups for the next game. They seem preoccupied right now.
Yeah, playing. You know what? You could look ahead. You know, it's called planning ahead, Brayden. No, I went over to check to see if Yankton had their lineup up, right? Mm-hmm. And Andy Bernardo, you remember YBA, obviously, and athletic director for Mount Marty, for those that may not know. But I asked him if the Yankton lineup was up. He said, no, not yet. And then he said, obviously, J.C. Brager is not. And he's like, oh, wait. And he grabbed a lineup card for J.C. Brager. And he's like, here. And I was like, that's for game 2? And he's like, oh, no, I thought you meant for game 1. I said, well, that would have been pretty ambitious.
Like, we're running it back.
We don't care. This is our lineup. We're going with that.
We got a group of guys, and we're sticking to them.
Yes. All right, so this is a segment I'm going to call the Spider Jorgensen segment.
Oh, jeez.
All right. And for those that want to be caught up, and if you don't, I don't blame you, but I will say
I apologize in advance.
You brought up Spider Jorgensen in our last broadcast, a player from the 1940s. It's not about Spider Jorgensen himself. It is, though, about classic baseball names. All right? And there is really no rules to this game, except I'm going to go through about like 10 names here, okay? Mm-hmm. And all I Googled is just the best baseball names ever, okay? And I want you to try to guess either the decade or century that these players played in. Ready?
Most of them are going to be from the 1900s.
Dude, there's some that you're going to be like, oh, you're going to know some of them, first of all.
I hope.
Yeah, and then there's going to be some you're going to be like, I don't know, 1500.
I'm gonna look very dumb if I can pull Spider Jorgensen out of the air, but not get any of these.
All right, here we go. I'm just going to randomly, see what I'm doing here. I'm just randomly selecting. Here we go. Okay. What decade or century, whatever, did Dizzy Dean play baseball?
See, now you want to
Major League Baseball
makes you want to say early 1900s, but I feel like that guy was around in like the 70s or 80s or something.
You have to choose one, Brayden. This is the instructions part.
Give me the 70s.
He played in 2 different decades, but you can choose one, and I'll call it correct.
Yeah, give me the 70s.
No, it was 1930 to 1947. Dizzy Dean played for the St. Louis Cardinals and Chicago Cubs and the St. Louis Browns. So you were 0 for 1, my friend.
Former Cub too. I'm letting the fandom down.
Yeah. All right, here we go. And what decade, century, whatever, did Phenomenal Smith pitch? I'll even give you that pitch. A left-handed pitcher. He played for the Philadelphia A's. This will help you if you think about names, right?
The Philadelphia A's?
The Philadelphia A's, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Brooklyn Grays, Detroit Wolverines, Baltimore Orioles, and Philadelphia Phillies.
That had to be early 1900s, 10s or 20s. Give me the 20s.
You had to choose. Okay, you did. Thank you. Sorry,
Yeah,
I got ahead of myself.
Yeah,
All
I narrow it down and then I give you one.
All right. And I'm going to start giving you 2 guesses. So, no, that's incorrect.
Do I got to go the other way?
Choose another decade.
Okay, I'll go back to the 10s.
No, both incorrect. 1884 to 1891. Yes.
Yeah, my bad for not knowing 1800s.
It's all right. No, we're not all perfect. All right.
What were you doing in 1880, whatever?
I don't know, man. Probably prepping for a broadcast. All right, here we go. When did Mordecai Three-Finger Brown pitch?
That was the 30s, I bet.
No, but you get one more guess on this one. He did pitch for the Chicago Cubs.
Another Cub.
And the Reds, and the St. Louis Terriers.
Oh.
And the Brooklyn Tip Tops. Hold on. The Chicago Whales.
Give me the 1900s, like just 1900 and 1910.
Correct.
I got
one. You got one. You're 1 for 4, unless we've done 3 or 4. So let's say 1 for 4.
Hey, 250 batting average. That's good for me.
Yes. All right. Here we go.
And for people wondering how close we are to first pitch of baseball, J.C. Brager just defeated York 9-6. So obviously we got a little bit of time between games. Got to let J.C. Brager get a little bit of rest in, and also let Yankton warm up.
And we had to continue our game here. When did Boof Bonzer pitch? Right-handed pitcher.
These are all
he
so
pitched.
old.
You're gonna like this. He pitched for the Oakland A's, the Boston Red Sox, and the Minnesota Twins.
Oh, if he pitched for the Twins, it would have been after.
I have his autograph on a baseball.
Would have had to been because the Twins were formed in the 50s or 60s, so it'd be after
1961.
There you go. That narrows it down for me. I'll go 70s.
2006 to 2010.
Really?
Yes.
I should have got you to.
He was classic for making me swear at an early age.
Boof.
Well, not early.
Boof.
Boof. All right, let's do a few more, and then we'll actually maybe focus on things here. But we have some time. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I got another one. Here we go. Mudcat Grant. You've heard that name. Maybe.
Oh, Mudcap. What a name.
Mudcat Grant.
That just sounds like a dude who. Where'd he play?
Right-handed pitcher.
Who'd he play for?
He played for the Cleveland Indians. That was before they were the Guardians, people. Okay. Montreal Expos, Los Angeles Dodgers, St. Louis Cardinals, Oakland A's, Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Minnesota Twins.
Give me the 80s.
58 to 71.
Oh, wow.
Yes. All right, there's 2 really good ones.
I almost missed it. I almost clipped it.
When did the only Nolan?
The only Nolan?
The only Nolan pitch.
Well,
right-handed pitcher.
If he was the first Nolan, I'm going 1880s.
1878 to 1885.
I got it. Holy crud.
All right, last one. Here we go. Oil Can Boyd.
These are not real people.
1982 to 1991.
These are not real people. I can't do that one. I can't do this no more.
All right, we have started lineups when we come back here from Riverside Field. Day 1 of the Kyle Mueller Classic. Yankton and J.C. Brager are going to be next here on KYNT, KYNTV.
Attention homeowners, if you've been on the fence about selling, I'd love the opportunity to visit with you. With low inventory, now would be a good time. Call me, Deb Speck at Vision Real Estate. I'll provide you with a free market analysis and a no-pressure approach. Call me at 605-664-5555 to find out if now is the right time to make a move.
Owning your own home or business is more than walls, floors, and a roof. It's what's inside that matters most. Protect your assets, your cherished keepsakes, and your family with a home security system professionally installed by Yankton Computer and Network Services. They have the devices and expert technicians to help you protect what matters most. Call Yankton Computer and Network Services 664-2222 or stop at 1901 Broadway.
Want to keep Yankton local businesses thriving? Buy Yankton Thrive Bucks gift cards. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. Our Thrive Bucks gift cards are great for any occasion, and they make sure your dollars are being spent here in Yankton. The gift cards are sponsored by Kopetsky's Ace, but you can use them at 30 different locations here in Yankton. And they come in a variety of amounts, from $5 to $500. See the list of locations and buy them online at yanktonsd.com or stop by the Yankton Thrive office.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Vision Care Associates provides the latest in technology. Optimap Laser Imaging. Optimap allows for a great exam of your eyes without dilating drops. Our doctors are able to show you what the actual inside of your eye looks like during your exam. Having images of your eyes each year means that problems are caught early, and no dilating drops is a big benefit as well.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
You feel awful. Stuffy nose, then runny nose, the sniffles too. You don't know what to take to make yourself feel better. This is Michael with Yankton Rexall. When you feel under the weather, you want relief. But there are a lot of over-the-counter choices. Some may even interfere with daily medications you're taking. At Yankton Rexall, our staff is here to help you make the best choice for your health. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh combines the speedy service of a convenience store with the surprising selection of the fresh foods and ready-to-eat meals you expect from Hy-Vee. While you fill up your gas tank, you can grab grocery staples including fresh produce and fresh bakery items too, or grab fresh meals or snacks. There's something for everyone at Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh of Yankton.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Gift cards are great things to give as gifts. But when someone tells you you need to use a gift card to pay for something you owe, like utilities, taxes, and other fees, red flags should go off, and it should cause you to stop and think. Most legitimate companies will never tell you to pay with a gift card. Before you go to purchase these gift cards, please call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 and let them check things out for you, so you're not out of your hard-earned money.
Truxedo, a real truck company, has new job opportunities for you. We are searching for motivated candidates to fill a variety of roles, including production roles on our weekday and weekend shifts, as well as an industrial engineer, shipping clerk, and receiving supervisor. Truxedo offers a positive and team-oriented environment with many perks and benefits. Come seek the new opportunities Truxedo has for you. Visit realtruck.com/careers for more information and to apply.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. We're officially on track for Yankton post-12 baseball as they get set to take on J.C. Brager out of Southeast Lincoln. Brager just won their matchup over York 9-6. A 5-run fifth inning was really crucial for them in that one. 6 runs scored total over the last 2 innings of action for Brager. Take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here once again, as I can provide a score update from the final matchup over in the Crofton pod. As at last check, it was a 6-2 lead for Crofton. Check that, the score's just updated. It's 6-3 lead for Crofton over Yankton Post-12 Junior Legion. So Crofton leading that one as they host that pod. It's the last matchup of the day in that pod. For Yankton Post-12 Junior Legion, they had they played in the last matchup before this game, or before that game in Crofton, and lost to Elk Point Jefferson 10-0. Over in this pod right here in Yankton, for pool play, Yankton got the day started, the Senior Legion team that is, with a 7-4 victory over Sioux Falls post 15. That was followed up by a 10-4 victory by Vermilion over Sioux Falls. Vermilion then defeated York as well in the third game of the day. And then obviously this game right in front of us, J.C. Brager getting the 9-6 victory over York. Over in the Crofton pool play, we already talked about Crofton and Yankton Junior Legion. That is a 6-3 ball game right now. Point Jefferson defeated Yankton Junior Legion at 10-0. They also defeated Norfolk 8-4. Norfolk defeated Hartington 9-1, and Hartington defeated Crofton in the opener 7-3. That is your out-of-town scoreboard here, brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Door, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Door is your local authorized Clopay dealer. Take another quick break here on the Hy-Vee pregame show as we're trying to get starting lineups officially squared away. Times are tough to manage sometimes in tournaments like this, especially when games tend to run a little long. The higher scoring ones, obviously, are always going to take longer out on the baseball diamond. Hoping to have starting lineups when we come back in a couple minutes. It's the Hy-Vee pregame show on KYNT, KYNTV.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
First Dakota National Bank has been paving financial futures since 1872. But when it comes to supporting a community, it takes more than experience. Financial planning takes a personal touch, which is why we offer a wide range of customizable options for personal, business, and ag banking. We've been doing banking longer than anyone else, but we're first because our goals have never changed. Helping local communities plan and reach their financial success has and always will be what we're here for. Member FDIC.
Did you know Yankton Medical Clinic offers same-day appointments in primary care? If you need an appointment in pediatrics or family medicine, under most circumstances, we can get you in the same day. No need to wait. Regardless of who you see at Yankton Medical Clinic, your medical history is all in one chart, allowing our physicians to work together to make sure you get complete, family-centered care whenever you need it. Learn more at yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
FNBO free checking is checking that's actually free. No fees or minimums, and now no overdraft fees. It's ever so personal, with people to help every step of the way. And easy, with a mobile app that allows you to deposit checks and manage your account wherever you are. So make the switch so you can do more with the Great Big Small Bank. Visit FNBO.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO free checking. It's ever so free. Member FDIC.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Make sure your grass is always greener with a new John Deere mower from your local C&B. Big or small, let the experts at C&B help you find the mower or utility tractor that'll help you get the job done right. Stop in and check out the John Deere Z-Track mowers or take a load off with a new utility tractor with attachments available to help you with projects of all sizes. Go green this spring at C&B. Learn more about available offers at DeereEquipment.com. That's DEER Equipment.com.
Welcome back in here on the Hy-Vee pregame show on KYNT, KYNTV. I'm Brayden Butler. We have the starting lineups officially for Yankton Post 12. We're still waiting for J.C. Brager to bring up their starting lineups. So we'll read through that right now for Yankton. Your starting lineups are brought to you by First Chiropractic Center, making life better one adjustment at a time. Post 12 will start out in the field, so we will read their field formation. Starting in the outfield, Rugby Reichen will be in left, Cody Oswald will be in center, and Isaiah Skelhaas will be out in right. Around the horn inside the diamond, third base will be Matthew Sheldon, shortstop will be Drew Reichen, second base will be Mac Reichen, and first base will be Josh Sheldon. Call that the brother infield, Drew and Mac in the middle, and then Josh and Matthew at the corners. Your battery in this game will be Samuel Kampshoff on the mound, and behind the plate, Jace McCorkle as he steps back in. So he's ready to go for this finale here. Samuel Kampshoff will not be batting, so the designated hitter today for Yankton Post 12 will be Lucas Kampshoff, as he will step in to DH. Still waiting here if we have the official on the official starting lineups for J.C. Brager. I believe they were just brought up. So as we get those wrote down, and we will bring those to you in 2 minutes here on KYNT, KYNTV. We're closing in on first pitch, thankfully, between Yankton Post 12 and J.C. Brager. It's the final matchup of day one of the Kyle Mueller Classic here in Yankton. We'll be back in 2 minutes. KYNT, KYNTV.
When I'm searching for adventure, I find it on the range. Archery challenges me to be curious, see opportunity, and welcome big challenges. It teaches me to focus and never quit until the last arrow hits. Archery allows me to show my spirit at Mount Marty University. How do you show your adventurous side? Schedule your campus visit to Mount Marty University at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please move forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are, so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. And folks, we have the starting lineups for J.C. Brager. We'll go through those right now for you. I'm Bryce Ladwig alongside Brayden Butler. Thanks for sticking with us for an extra long Hy-Vee pregame show. With these classics and tournaments, when they're all stacked on top of each other, it is quite the guessing game as to when the game that you're covering or just when every game will start. And you can almost guarantee that always run late. It's just nature. And in all due considering, it's actually not that bad of a time. I've seen this exact classic actually run later than this one is right now. So for all intents and purposes, we are just fine. Let's get into the starting lineups for J.C. Brager. Again, brought to you by First Chiropractic Centers, making life better one adjustment at a time. Let's go down the lineup. At second base, number 2, Devin Lawler leading off in the 2-hole. Left fielder, number 13, Jackson Volpe. And at third base, batting third, left fielder Owen Baxter. And in center field, batting cleanup, number 10, Philip Rushman. On the mound, batting for himself, number 8, Will Fleeg. And we're actually waiting on a pronouncer for that name, so that may change. And batting 6, number 3, at first, number 12, Mitt Lashley. And then batting after him will be the catcher behind the plate, number 15, Gage Frederick. And then in right field, batting 8th, number 11, Jack Harris. And rounding down the bottom of the order, shortstop, number 6, Sawyer Bukowski. And as Brayden already mentioned, Samuel Kamshoff on the mound for Yankton, and Wilfleeg on the mound for J.C. Brager. Your colors of the game are brought to you by Buell's Cleaners. And Yankton in their red tops, white pants, and the red cap at the back and the white front. And J.C. Brager in their white pants, gray tops. They have the orange and black stripes and numbers, letters across their chest, black caps. Again, brought to you by Buell's Cleaners, offering dry cleaning, laundry, and business services like linens, rags, rugs, and uniforms. Buell's Cleaners, 444 3rd Street, Yankton. Your fans of the game brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. No matter what you drive, make sure to fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's. 5 cents off each gallon of fuel on Saturdays. Just say you are a fan of KYNT or KYNTV. Special shout out to those that are KYNTV watch party location, Finney's Sports Bar and Casino, with more TVs and a new improved menu. Bring your friends and family to Finney's for every game. And we are just getting things wrapped up here, and coaches met at home plate, and we should be all set to go, Brayden. And I can say this confidently. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have your first pitch of the last game of day one of the Kyle Mueller Classic here from Riverside Field.
Do you really think it's a good idea to buy insurance off the internet? After all, it is insurance. It's not a commodity like a toaster. It's a contract to protect what you value most: your home, your car, your business, your health, and even your life. You need a professional, in-person agent to make sure you have the right coverage to fit your family's needs. Schedule an appointment with us today. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Doctors Feeser, Slowey, and DeYoung are experts in prescribing eye drops that can replace reading glasses. These drops are a new technology that can change the size of your pupil for improved reading. They're convenient for anyone who wants freedom from reading glasses. Our doctors even use them. Call Vision Care Associates and schedule an appointment to see if this new technology is right for you.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Brayden, we are almost at first pitch, and I can confidently say, as I said before, we're not going to take any more breaks. This is going to be it. So we're finally going to have baseball. And, again, we had a couple of long innings in that J.C. Brager-York game. But, we could just sit here and just keep complaining about how long it runs. But, honestly, it was a great baseball game. It was back and forth, and I really didn't know, neither of us did, how it was actually going to end until, eventually, obviously it did.
Obviously the main culprit for the extension in that game was the 5-run fifth inning by J.C. Brager, but what a fifth inning for them. They were down 6-3 going into that. They ended up taking a 9-6 victory, obviously getting to 8 in that fifth inning. It was a great display by them at the plate because they drove a lot of late counts while we were talking here. I was paying attention to the game, trying to do a little bit of scouting for this game that we're about to see. They were getting late counts, drawing walks, and that can really bog down the time of an inning. You throw in a little pitching change in the middle there as well, and that really stretched it out. But good confidence, good showing by Brager in that fifth inning alone, and then obviously closing out the game in the sixth. But to just battle back, not for a second think that you're out of that game, shows the mental fortitude that Yankton's going to have to be dealing with today after we get to first pitch here and we get to conclude the first day of the Kyle Mueller Classic here in 2023. It's been fun so far. Great game this morning between Yankton and the Sioux Falls Post 15, and just great games all day, to be honest, and this pod and over in the Crofton pod taking place as well.
And will you go over the Crofton pod scores one more time as we wait for announcements and then the teams to take the field?
Yeah, I'm sorry here. I'm trying to get that pulled up as we speak, but I know in the last check, the score hasn't been updated. It still says it's in the same inning as well, so not sure if we'll get that updated score to you when we can, but it was 6-3 Crofton over the Yankton Junior Legion in the final game of the day in that pod. So we'll see when the score updates officially. If we get a final score from that one, we will keep you posted in it. So we'll figure out how all that goes. In the first matchup of the day over in Crofton, Hardington defeated Crofton 7-3. The following matchup, Norfolk defeated Hardington 9-1. Elk Point Jefferson is the only team that's perfect after day one of the Crofton pool, as they defeated Norfolk 8-4, and then followed up with a 10-0 victory over the Yankton Junior Legion, who are currently facing Crofton. Last score update on that one was 6-3. As soon as we get a update, we will provide that to you. And then obviously in the Yankton pool, Yankton getting that win to lead off over Sioux Falls. Vermilion, the only undefeated team right now in this pool, as they defeated Sioux Falls Post 15 10-4, and then earned another victory over York in the following matchup. And then J.C. Brager 1-0 after their victory over York, trying to make it 2-0 against Yankton. There will be 2 undefeated teams in the Yankton pool by the end of this game. We'll see who it is as we head into Saturday tomorrow.
Yeah, the final game of day one of the Kyle Mueller Classic. Reminder, we have 2 more Yankton games tomorrow, and every team has 2 more games in pool play. The top 2 teams from each pool, including the Crofton pool, which Brayden already mentioned those teams, the top 2 from each will come to Yankton on Championship Sunday, play in a semifinal, obviously with 1 versus 2, you know how that goes, and then a championship game to determine the winner of the Kyle Mueller Classic. So a couple more great days of baseball. Looked at the weather, and there's some spotty parts, but I think it's just going to be a great overall weekend, Brayden, weather-wise as well. And no sport is more synonymous with weather than baseball.
And I was a little worried for a moment when I got back to Vermilion today. Obviously, I live over in Vermilion, commuting to work, and with the long gap between games, I had to go home, get some chores done at the old house, and it was pouring rain in Vermilion when I pulled into town. I have no idea how it stayed dried in Yankton, but that just kind of proves how fickle the weather can be. Only about 23 to 30 miles, and it's just completely different atmospheres.
Nice to see Samuel Kamshoff on the mound again for Yankton, his first appearance this season for Post 12. Obviously a mainstay in years past in high school and Legion season. Of course, couldn't play the high school season because of his age, but did go on to play baseball at Dakota State, pitched for Dakota State, and is back for his final Legion season, and has really had impressive numbers throughout his Post-12 Legion career, and excited to see him on the mound here this evening. And again, that was your Hy-Vee pregame show. It's time for our first pitch in the first inning, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank as well as the UPS Store. And the first batter will be Devin Lawler for J.C. Brager. A right-handed hitter and second base. And first pitch from the right arm of Samuel Kamshoff. And a fastball high. Lawler swings through, strike 1. So 79 degrees as first pitch temp and 7:42 first pitch time. Go ahead, Brayden.
Sorry, that high strike, that's one way to reestablish yourself coming back for the Legion season for Kamshoff.
And the 0-1 is popped up into the infield, and Kamshoff calling for it and palms it with his left hand. That's 1 away here in the top of inning number 1. So 2 pitches, 1 out. And that brings up Jackson Volpe, left fielder for J.C. Brager and a left-handed hitter. We saw him make some contact in his last game not that long ago. Kamshoff checks with McCorkle behind the plate. And a strike taken on the inside portion, 0-1.
Kamshoff attacking the zone early here. All 3 of his pitches have been in the strike zone. 2 of them called for strikes, and 1 obviously a pop-up back to him on the mound.
And the 0-1. Well, you could just tell that Coach Drew Lawrence wanted to save Samuel Kamshoff for presumably one of the tougher games for Yankton in this Kyle Mueller Classic, the team that beat them in the championship game last season. And a team that has a pedigree that J.C. Brager does coming into it. Why not bring your Dakota State arm to pitch this one, as the count is 0-2 to Volpe. And breaking ball in the dirt, misses inside, 1-2 count.
As you mentioned, obviously, Kamshoff pitches at Dakota State. Just also, I want to say a veteran presence. It's hard to say when these kids are about 18 out on the mound, but still, he's been around the block when it comes to Legion baseball, and he brings a little bit of that college experience back to Yankton as well.
And the 1-2. Checks with McCorkle and delivers. Fastball is laced out to left field for a single just past the glove of Matthew Sheldon. Nice base knock for Volpe. And J.C. Brager has their first runner on. And that brings up Owen Baxter, third base for J.C. Brager. And another left-handed bat. A lot of left-handed bats in this lineup.
That's, I believe, the most Yankton will see in this tournament. It's the most they've seen so far this season. Usually teams have at most 2. We've already seen 2 here. And I know from watching earlier games, I don't know if they're in the starting lineup, but they had multiple others. Or at least a few others in the last game against York.
Kamshoff checks the runner, delivers fastball, hits the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Kamshoff can throw gas, but he also has a really nice breaking ball with a lot of control in the inside portion of the plate. Can be a problem for left-handed hitters. Throw over to first, trying to keep the runner honest. Slides in safely. Sheldon keeping him on the bag. Wind coming in from left center. As Kamshoff delivers the 0-1. Breaking ball, call strike in the inside portion. Just excellent control, as I said, and just showing it right there.
And continuing to attack the zone as well. He wants to put these hitters in a hole early, make them have to defend. It's a very smart strategy, and something that's been working so far outside of that one hit.
Now Kamshoff. Again, checking the runner. And here's the 0-2. Fastball inside, but up the middle. Kamshoff gloves it himself. Goes to the lead bag, and it's off of the glove of Drew Reichen into center field. And so Volpe advances to third. Runners at the corners for J.C. Brager. And it's just one of those situations, Brayden, where Kamshoff knew where he was going with it, but I think he kind of caught both Drew Reichen and Mac Reichen a little bit by surprise with that decision.
Maybe a little bit of miscommunication between Drew and Mac, too. It looked like both of them initially were going to back up the other, and Drew tried making a play on it, just missed his glove and ended up in center field. Good play by Oswald as well. That third backup option out there in center. Potentially he's keeping a run from coming across the plate early on.
And an error will be given to Samuel Kamshoff. And that brings up Philip Rushman, center fielder for Brager, and takes the ball 1-0. Runners at the corners, one away, top of inning number 1. Kamshoff delivers and showing bunt and fouling it on top of the Mount Marty verbiage here on the field. Foul ball, 1-1 count. If you go over to the KYNT Twitter account, the Twitter page, we just shared Mount Marty football just dropped their 2023 schedule, Brayden.
Something a little birdie tells me that I might end up at a lot of those home games running camera this year.
And the 1-1. Ball misses outside, 2-1 count.
The attempt at the squeeze bunt a few pitches ago, trying to bring that runner in from third, shows a little bit of respect that JC might have for Kamshoff on the mound, trying to get runs any means necessary.
Kamshoff delivers, showing bunt. It is a successful bunt. Kamshoff dives toward home, and he gets him out, but he did lose control of the ball. They're going to say that he held on to it. Okay, so J.C. Brager will have an argument here, and it is a good one. However, one athletic play by Samuel Kamshoff. So the bunt goes down. Kamshoff charges toward the plate, gets it into his glove of Brayden. Instead of trying to go anywhere with the ball or trying to toss it to McCorkle at the home plate, he dove himself, got the out, and then the ball came loose, but the home plate umpire did say yes, and that is confirmed. He held on to the ball and then lost control. What a play by Samuel Kamshoff.
It was a great play, great effort, gutsy play, diving in there, just cutting out the middleman. Not going to flip it to Jace McCorkle. Going to try to get it himself, and he did. smart heads-up play as well, but obviously J.C. Brager is going to have that argument of, well, the ball came out. If there are umpire rules, it was less the contact with the player that caused it to come out, maybe just him going to the ground afterwards that really secured the out. Either way, no run comes across. Samuel Kamshoff gets the out. Not used to having 2 Kamshoffs on the field quite yet.
So as you said, 2 away, runners at the corners. Kamshoff steps off the mound. That is going to be our move of the game, brought to you by Mason Strom. Make the move with Mason and the Move Group. I don't think that's a no-doubter.
It was a clutch play early on. Rare you see a clutch play in inning number 1 of a 0-0 ball game, but still, it's the best way to describe it from Kamshoff.
And ball misses low, 1-0. At the plate, Will Fleeg. Pitcher for J.C. Bregman. When I watched it back on the stream, Brayden, I think that play is worthy of a slow-mo treatment later. And strike called on the outside, 1-1 count.
I have a feeling we're going to be huddled around your computer back at the office watching that play when we get back, huh?
Or during this break.
Well, I got 60 seconds. Got to be quick slow-mo.
Get to work. And the 1-1 Kamshoff to Fleeg. Breaking ball just misses outside. 2-1 count. Still no score here. Top of inning number 1. The last game of day 1 of the Kyle Mueller Classic at the Yankton site. Runners at first and third, 2 away, and Kamshoff delivering the 2-1 to Will Fleeg. Runner goes, McCorkle tosses it down, and they're going to say safe over at second as Rushman took off, but Drew Reichen was about 5 steps toward the dugout already, assuming that was going to be called an out.
Yeah, Reichen thought he got him. That's one of those bang-bang plays where maybe if Rushman slides into the bag instead of going straight up, it's a little less close, but he had great speed and great jump on that steal attempt, so he's safe at second as it stands.
And the 3-1. Fastball misses high, and that is a walk issued to Fleeg. That'll bring up Mitt Lashley, the first baseman for Brager. Mitt Lashley, a powerful right-handed hitter. Bases loaded for Brager. Kamshoff delivers fastball, hits high, 0-1.
Did talk in the pregame about how there hadn't been a score update in a little bit from Crofton. The score has been updated in the 5th inning. It is 9-5. Crofton leads the Yankton Post 12 Junior Legion team.
0-1, Kamshoff delivers, fastball outside, 0-2. No doubt about that one. Some heat on that pitch. And breaking ball can't be blocked by McCorkle. Run will come in to score as it gets away from him. And Brager takes a 1-0 lead here in the top of inning number 1. McCorkle had it, and just, a little English on the turf, Brayden. It's got away from him. Awkward bounce.
So the things you see it with dirt a lot. Obviously, the rubber pellets of the turf do it here, where if it catches a little bundle of them in the wrong way, it can shoot the ball off to the side when you're not expecting.
And so the 1-2 now to Lashley. Curveball gets him swinging under. That is a strikeout for Lashley. But J.C. Brager does score in the top of inning number 1 on 1 hit, 1 run, and 2 runners left on base. We will take a minute break, come back with the bottom of inning number 1 here from Riverside Field-Yankton Bats coming up.
You feel awful. Stuffy nose, then runny nose, the sniffles too. You don't know what to take to make yourself feel better. This is Michael with Yankton Rexall. When you feel under the weather, you want relief, but there are a lot of over-the-counter choices. Some may even interfere with daily medications you're taking. At Yankton Rexall, our staff is here to help you make the best choice for your health. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
Truxedo, a real truck company, has new job opportunities for you. We are searching for motivated candidates to fill a variety of roles, including production roles on our weekday and weekend shifts, as well as an industrial engineer, shipping clerk, and receiving supervisor. Truxedo offers a positive and team-oriented environment with many perks and benefits. Come seek the new opportunities Truxedo has for you. Visit realtruck.com/careers for more information and to apply.
And welcome back to Riverside Field, bottom of inning number 1 here. And J.C. Bregman has taken a 1-0 lead over Yankton, but the Yankton Bats have a chance to answer themselves, as Brayden and myself have watched that Samuel Kampshoff play a couple 12 times. I told you, Brayden, that we would have time to watch that. It's not in slow-mo.
All right, you were right. I was wrong. What's new? In your mind, anyway, but I digress.
You sound like my wife.
Is that a...
Wait, no, it would be the other way. But anyway, I digress.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because on one hand, I get along with Katie. I like Katie. On the other hand, I don't want to sound like your wife. I want to sound like your broadcast partner.
So I have grown as a human, and I realized that I need to stop bringing my wife into conversations because it gets me in trouble. So
she's not here to defend herself.
I don't think that's ever mattered. And at the plate for Yankton, starting things off, Mac Reichen, second at base. And Wilfleeg on the mound, lengthy right-hander. His first pitch in the dirt. It hits the backstop 1-0. But a lot of, as you like to say, Brayden Velo coming off of the right arm off the mound. And Mac Reichen had a rough first game today. Looking to have a little bounce-back one here. Takes the ball inside, 2-0.
Yeah, 0 for 3 in game 1 for Reichen. Had a pair of strikeouts as well. A season that saw him play very well in the opening doubleheader, so try to regain some of that performance streak as he leads off here today.
And the 2-0 foul back into the net, 2-1 count. See, I don't even bring it up now, Brayden.
But by doing that, you just brought it up.
Okay, well, people are like, well, what are they talking about? And the 2-1 to Mac Reichen. Whoa. All right. Mac Reichen just tried to take out his cousin Rugby Reichen on deck. And everyone's okay, as that ball went straight toward the Yankton dugout.
Now, I don't feel as bad about flinching anymore when balls are hit hard back into the netting, because that one almost got Rugby and he flinched too.
And the 2-2 fouled off again, partially off the leg of Mac Reichen.
Exactly. It's always worrying when you see that, because these can have a lot of pop off the bat, especially with the aluminum bats that these guys use. So if it fouled back into your leg, that's something to worry about.
This one's popped up straight up, giving Chase Lashley over at first in front of the Yankton dugout, gloves it, and that's one away. So fly out to first. And that brings up Rugby Reichen, left fielder for Yankton here today.
I bet his legs are a lot happier to be out and left than behind the plate like he was in game 1.
Rugby enters small sample size with 375 average, a 500 on base, 875 slugging. And has a 1-0 count as a called ball.
Yeah, showing that plate discipline there again. That one was a little easier to read as it bounced in front of the plate, but still, Rugby drew a team high in walks in the spring season, so he's always shown that plate discipline.
Flea gets set, the 1-0. Ball misses low and in, 2-0 count to Rugby Reichen. Of course, Rugby, a Mount Marty University football and basketball commit. The Yankton community gets to continue seeing him play. But presumably this will be his last baseball season, as a strike is taken on the outside, 2-1.
It's always nice to see guys who star at Yankton High School be able to stay in town and go play at the next level at Mount Marty.
And the 2-1 laced out to right field for a base hit. Rugby Reichen set that one on a line. And Harris gloves it out in right, sends it back in, but Yankton has a runner on.
Now, staying on the topic of kids from Yankton going to play the next level at Mount Marty, rugby's not the only player on this team going to Mount Marty next year on an athletic scholarship. He's not even the only Riken. Mac will join him on the basketball team. Drew Riken going to play baseball at Mount Marty. Cooper Grotenheis as well is committed to the Mount Marty Lancers on this team's roster.
Football and track. So, yes.
It's another dual sport athlete.
And Lucas Camshaw sends out to the right side. It is gloved by the first baseman, Lashley. Can he flip it over to Fleek in time? He does. To get Samuel, or no, you got me doing it. Lucas Camshaw out, and Roby Riken advances to second, 2 away, but a runner in scoring position for Matthew Sheldon.
A good play by Lashley. He was able to lay out and get his glove on it. Pop back to his feet, too, and won the foot race as he decided to forego the flip to the pitcher trying to cover.
And we have a mound visit from the catcher. Mound visit is brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. So the tie-in run at second base, Matthew Sheldon at the plate. Matthew Sheldon, a .400 batting average, runners in scoring position, as you had mentioned in the pregame. As a pass ball will send Rugby over to third. So now the tie and run is 90 feet from home. And a 1-0 count to Matthew Sheldon. Today over at third base.
Mentioned that 400 average with runners in scoring position, also tied for the team lead early on the season. He's got 3 RBI through the first 3 games.
Pitch to Sheldon, swings hard through that one, 1-1 count. Fleek has some nice off-speed rhythm there to complement his fastball. Sheldon very much on his front foot on that swing. Here's the 1-1. And behind on that one. Brings it down to 1-2, swings through.
Fleek showing a good mix so far, just being able to speed it up and slow it back down. Keeping the batters on their toes, and if they can't predict what pitch is coming, it's much harder to get a barrel on it.
And the 1-2. And behind that one on the swing, Sheldon strikes out swinging. And one runner is left on 1 hit and no runs. And before we send it to a break, I want to thank a few of our sportscaster partners, including Buell's Cleaners. For rugs, uniforms, linens, and other cleaning services, go to Buell's in downtown Yankton. And the Fox Stop. For all your daily convenience and fuel needs, make a stop at the Fox Stop. And Yankton Computer and Network Services. For your complete personal and business computer solutions, rely on Yankton Computer and Network Services. Wishing the best of luck to the Yankton Post-12 Legion baseball team this season. All right, back in 30 seconds here from Riverside Field with the top of inning number 2.
Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh combines the speedy service of a convenience store with the surprising selection of the fresh foods and ready-to-eat meals you expect from Hy-Vee. While you fill up your gas tank, you can grab grocery staples including fresh produce and fresh bakery items too, or grab fresh meals or snacks. There's something for everyone at Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh of Yankton.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 1021 and AM 1450.
Top of inning number 2, the second inning on KYNTV, brought to you by our sponsors here. And actually, Brayden, I swear I just saw the American flag change directions drastically. We kind of have some kind of swirling winds over by the river.
I mean, I'm no meteorologist, but the river can have effect on wind patterns. Especially, you know, water or wind coming off the river, it can start to swirl a little bit. I learned that one in meteorology school.
Samuel Camshaw delivers in the outside. It is a strike to Gage Frederick. I started mentioning the sponsors, my bad. Yankton Medical Clinic and FNBO. So 0-1 count to Gage Frederick. McCorkle sets up on the outside, waits for the pitch, and it's in the dirt. Nice block, though. 1-1 count. Meteorology school, huh?
Obviously, that was me being facetious.
No, I already wrote it down. 802. And the 1-1 count. And a hard hit out to Drew Reichen, and just self-preservation over by the shortstop for Yankton. Gloves that one for the out.
I was about head high and on a line towards Reichen, so good job getting the glove up, setting up for it, and making sure to secure it for the out there.
That was just human instinct, Brayden. So a straight line out to short. It brings up Jack Harris, right fielder for J.C. Breger. Strike on the outside, 0-1. Kamshoff at 25 pitches for Yankton. Make that 26. And here's the 0-1. Just misses low. McCorkle tried to frame it up, but just missed low. 1-1 count. The 1-1-2, the right-handed hitter. Breaking ball hits the outside edge. Count now 1-2.
You talked about it on the last pitch, but it's something that bears mentioning quite often throughout the night. The framing of Jace McCorkle behind the plate is very vital to the pitchers that he helps with. Obviously, Rugby Reichen did a great job in Game 1, but there's the minute details of playing catcher that Jace McCorkle has just from doing it so much show through, especially when it comes to framing.
It's like allowed. It's like legal cheating. You're trying to trick an umpire's eyes. That's what framing is trying to set up any position in the best possible way to be looked at by the observer, aka the umpire. And the 2-2 in the dirt. Nothing McCorkle could do with that one, as now brings the count full.
I like to refer to it as getting by on a technicality.
You would.
Hey man, I love a good technicality. What a thing to say. Like, I don't even know why I say things half the time. I'm not going to lie to you, Bryce.
No, earlier today you brought up Garfield.
Yeah, like that was on this broadcast. I know it feels like a long time ago, but that was literally in the
was a long
pregame show.
time ago. The payoff pitch. And that does hit the outside corner. Another strikeout for Samuel Kamshoff. Jack Harris got buckled up on it. And that is his second strikeout for Samuel Kamshoff in the game. It brings up Sawyer Bukowski.
Backwards K as well as he got him looking, which I'm not ashamed to admit took me a lot longer to figure out what a backwards K meant than I think most people who watch baseball.
I can see where that would come from, though. And fastball misses high and inside. 1-0 count to Bukowski. J.C. Breger leading Yankton 1-0. Second game for both these teams in day one of the Kyle Mueller Classic. And the 1-0. Breaking ball just misses inside. 2-0 count. And Kamshoff works from the stretch. 2-0. This one is sent hard foul out of the stadium. You don't want the crack of the bat to end in the crack of your windshield and not have adequate insurance coverage. Let Midwest Insurance find the right coverage for your vehicles. It takes a brave person to park right outside of Bob Tereshinski Stadium.
Braver soul than I'll tell you what.
KYNT has learned our lesson. There, I brought it up. 2-1.
Put $1 in the jar.
Misses high on 3-1. You know, I have brought up the KYNT vehicle, so I've probably in our KYNT vehicle jar and then our Yankton Bucks jar. I think you're still leading that, though. You said Yankton Bucks a couple times today.
What is the calling Samuel Kamshoff Lucas by accident jar?
Just impossible. We're both going to do that. The 3-1. And this one is a hard out to left field. Rugby now backing up toward the warning track and does glove it for a very long out. A fly out to left field. And the wind, that's exactly what the wind is going to do, Brayden. Off the bat, if that wind is going anywhere out toward the outfield, I think that ball's gone. But the wind really kept it inside.
Even if the wind is just non-existent right now, obviously. You said it was about a 10-mile-an-hour wind coming out of the southeast. Obviously, Gus bringing that up higher. As the flag right now out in left center seems to be pretty much flat out when it is blowing. So definitely helped there in the Bucks' favor, but something to keep an eye on as the night goes along, how that wind affects these long balls.
Bottom half of the inning coming up. J.C. Brager leading Yankton 1-0 at Riverside Field.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12 packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
Gift cards are great things to give as gifts. But when someone tells you you need to use a gift card to pay for something you owe, like utilities, taxes, and other fees, red flags should go off, and it should cause you to stop and think. Most legitimate companies will never tell you to pay with a gift card. Before you go to purchase these gift cards, please call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 and let them check things out for you so you're not out of your hard-earned money.
First pitch in for Drew Reichen is a strike on the outside, 0-1 count. J.C. Brager had no hits, no runners left on, and no runs in that last half inning. Brings us to the Yankton side, the bottom half of inning number 2. We forgot to ask Coach Drew Lawrence, after the postgame, how fast he thinks Cody Oswald could run the bases.
There's still time. We can get that question in after this one.
I want you to race him.
Yeah, I shouldn't race anything.
But I want to put you at second.
And Cody at home plate?
Yes.
That my pride would not allow that because I'd lose.
The 2-1 to Drew Reichen misses high and outside, brings us got to 3-1. Nice discipline by Drew Reichen. You don't think you could get home?
I think I could get home, but not before Cody.
You're just talking in general that you would reach your destination.
I would reach my destination.
You
yeah.
would reach your destination.
The parking lot with my head hung low.
And Drew Reichen waits for the pitch and takes the ball on the inside. It was a breaking ball, hit the inside edge. Now we have a full count to the leadoff hitter for Yankton here in the bottom of inning number 2. J.C. Brager still leading Yankton 1-0. Thanks for joining us here on KYNT, KYNTV. The payoff pitch and is hit high out toward very shallow right field, and the second baseman Lawler back to glove it, 1 away. So an F4 on your score books brings up Cody Oswald, the subject of our conversation from game 1. How fast can Cody Oswald run the bases? Unimpeded, of course.
The answer is very.
Very fast. Left-handed hitter. Takes a strike on the outside, 0-1.
Much like how the answer earlier is how fast you and I could get around the bases, and I said eventually.
See, that's not entirely true. I'm not sure. 0-1, breaking ball. Did just miss the outside edge, 1-1 count to the speedster, Cody Oswald. Just because I say speedster, remember, a lot of power in the bat. Led the Legion team in home runs last season. And the 1-1. Ball very much on the inside, 2-1 count.
Oswald went 1 for 2 in the first game today. Was hit by a pitch and singled, so he was on base twice in 3 plate appearances.
The 2-1 swinging through. Cody Oswald brings it out to 2-2. Is out in his front foot on that one. Is an off-speed pitch. Thanks for joining us here on KYNT, KYNTV with Kyle Mueller Classic at beautiful Riverside Field. The 2-2 to Cody Oswald swings through an off-speed pitch, set down on strikes. That brings up Jace McCorkle. Did not play in game 1. He was busy out signing his scholarship, a full ride. Congratulations to Jace McCorkle. I don't have the exact scholarship details. I will ask Coach Drew Lawrence about that. I'll try to remember to ask him. But we did hear that he did get a full ride. It was for a building program, is what we heard, I believe. And if I am incorrect in any of those details, I apologize. But either way, congratulations to Jace McCorkle. Just an outstanding athlete and student, and just I've talked to him many times. Outstanding guy. And even more, a great catcher and just a staple of this Yankton team behind the plate as he fouls one off to the right side and then takes a ball low, brings the count even at 1.
You know, a kid really is the great wall of Yankton behind the plate. So it's good to have him back.
Great wall. I'm actually going to circle. That's a good one, Brayden. Great wall of Yankton. Love that. The 1-1. Strike call on the inside. The 1-2. You know I'm not actually writing these down, right?
No, that would be way too much effort. We got a game to call.
What if you did look over and I did have Garfield circled like earlier?
Just big letters circled a bunch of times.
1-2 to McCorkle. And foul tips this one to the backstop. Brings, well, excuse me, the count remains 1-2. 2 away here, bottom of inning number 2. Yankton trailing J.C. Brager out of Lincoln Southeast 1-0. One of the best teams in at least the area of Nebraska. And the 1-2, breaking ball misses high inside and brings it even at 2. Deuces wild, Brayden 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of inning number 2. 2-2, chopper toward third. Baxter charging, throwing over across the diamond, gets him in time. Mitt Lashley gloves it. That's 3 away. So a 5-3 putout ends the Yankton at bat. And I'll send us to the top of inning number 3. I want to thank a few of our sportscaster partners, including Sureco, a proud supporter of Yankton sports. When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. And State Farm, Roy Wilcox. Roy Wilcox State Farm Insurance has been helping customers get to a better state for over 100 years. No matter where you are in life, they'll help you make the right play calls for your insurance coverage. As Roy Wilcox State Farm, proud supporter of Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball. And Pizza Ranch. For legendary chicken and the best pizza, it's Yankton Pizza Ranch. It's on Broadway, or you can call 665-1222. Back in 30 seconds from Riverside Field-Yankton.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Sable Kamshoff still in the mound for Yankton at 36 pitches. J.C. Brager leading Yankton 1-0. Top of inning number 3. This inning brought to you by Avera. And go ahead and turn it over to Brayden Butler for your play-by-play.
Yeah, no, Kamshoff going into his 3rd inning of work on the mound. There's 1 run on the board between these two teams that belongs to J.C. Brager, but no earned runs officially in this game as that was not credited against Kamshoff. Leading off here is the top of the order is Devin Lawler's at the plate for Brager. First pitch to him is a strike. Lawler popped out to the pitcher Kamshoff in his opening at bat. Jackson Volpe on deck, Owen Baxter in the hole. That's who's due up for J.C. Brager. 0-1 pitch here from Kamshoff. Bounces it in front of the plate. A little too much drop on that one. Count goes to 1-1. Kamshoff's got 2 strikeouts on the day. He's only allowed 1 hit as well. Been solid through the first 2 innings of work. Just that 1 run on the board. Lets that one slip a little bit as it was high and tight on Lawler. Not where Kamshoff wanted it. You could tell by his reaction.
I don't think that's where Lawler wanted it either.
I don't think anyone's ever wanted a fastball that high and that tight. 2-1 pitch from Kamshoff here as he tries to battle back in the count. This one bounced back up the middle. Drew Reichen tracking it from a shortstop position. He gloves it, fires across to Josh Sheldon, and that's going to be the first out of the inning on a 6-3 putout from Drew Reichen at the shortstop position.
So smooth moving to his left, and it's finding the right arm angle and just the cannon from Drew Reichen. Of course, future Mount Marty University baseball player out there. He'll continue playing right here at Riverside Field.
And we most likely will see him pitch at some point in this tournament as well. He started the first game of the season for Yankton Post 12, and that's showing off the arm right there. He obviously has the arm strength on the mound, but we'll see. We'll most likely see him either tomorrow or Sunday, depending on if Yankton moves into the championship rounds. First pitch of this at-bat from Kamshoff is in there for a strike. Left-handed hitter Jackson Volpe is at the plate. He singled in his first at-bat. That was the lone hit of the game for Brager. 0-1 count now as Kamshoff comes set. That one high and away, ball one. Kamshoff works primarily out of the stretch, no matter if there's runners on or off, as Bryce mentioned earlier. There's not really a change in the motion either if runners are on base. I know we saw a player for Sioux Falls post 15 earlier in game one, shortened his stride out of the stretch with runners on. Kamshoff hasn't shown any sign of that when there were runners on in the first inning. That pitch misses low for ball two. It's a 2-1 count now to Volpe.
Well, pitching's always about consistency, and a lot of these pitchers, if they're not primarily starters, if they ever do relief work, a lot of them like to work from the stretch because you only have to remember one motion and master it.
I'm more of a jack of all trades, master of absolutely none of them kind of guy. But in reality, it's a jack of like 3 trades. I digress. That one was low and inside for ball 3. It's a 3-1 count now to Volpe. Kamshoff gets a call he likes from his catcher, McCorkle, as he comes set. He kicks and deals. That one's in there for strike 2. Count goes full. We'll have a payoff pitch momentarily. It's a battle of the 13s out on the field. Volpe wearing 13, Kamshoff as well. Volpe got the better of it in the first inning with that single, the lone hit of the game for J.C. Brager. They lead 1-0. 1 hit, no errors. Yankton, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error so far in this one. Volpe pops this one up in foul territory down the left field line. That one's going to go out of play. Say it bounced near the bleachers down there.
Yeah, you don't want the crack of the bat to end in the crack of your windshield and not have adequate insurance coverage. Let Midwest Insurance find the right coverage for your vehicles.
We redo the 3-2 count. Remains full. Payoff pitch part 2. Kamshoff taking his time. He's going to step off and reevaluate.
I think I'm going to try to talk our way into a KYNTV radar gun next couple years. I'm going to put that on my...
We've talked about this before, Bryce.
My mission list.
If we have to cut funding to afford the radar gun, you're looking at the funding that's going to be cut, as that one is low and inside for ball 4. Volpe will take his base. 2 plate appearances. He's been on the base paths both time, as he follows his single in the first inning with a walk here in the third. That brings up Owen Baxter. Reached on a fielder's choice. Was also ruled a throwing error on the play. And he also is the lone run to come across the plate here for J.C. Brager. First pitch was a ball from Kamshoff. It's a 1-0 count. Kamshoff not paying much mind to the runner at first. That one low, though, for ball 2. It's a 2-0 count now. Center fielder Philip Rushman is on deck. Pitcher Will Flagey is in the hole. Kamshoff checks the runner at first. Now comes set. He fires home. That one can't find the zone. It's a 3-0 count. We'll see if Baxter's taken all the way. J.C. Brager trying to draw back-to-back walks here. Volpe on first, Baxter at the plate. Kamshoff fires over, trying to get the pickoff of Volpe at first. Can't get there in time as he slides in safely. Kamshoff checks the runner before coming set. That one in there for strike 1. It's a 3-1 count. Baxter was taken all the way. Something I've noticed from Kamshoff so far, he doesn't really check the runner after coming set on the mound. Maybe sneaks a couple side-eye glances, but only really turns to check the runner before coming set, as we see right there. The 3-1 pitch is popped up in foul territory down the left field line. Matthew Sheldon trying to shade underneath of it, and he does get it from his third base spot. That's a pop-up caught in foul territory by Matthew Sheldon. That makes it 2 down here in the top of inning number 3.
And he does give a glance over. You can see, I think he just wants to focus on his delivery at that point. And, you know, McCorkle has a great arm behind the plate as well. See McCorkle throw out some runners.
I was just more bringing it up in comparison. You see some other pitchers, even if they're working out of the stretch, they'll turn their whole body to check that runner. Just a little side-eye glance from Cam Schaaf. More comfortable on the mound than maybe we see by a lot of guys at this level. That's just the experience talking once again. First pitch from him is a ball to Philip Rushman, reached on a fielder's choice in his last at-bat. Cam Schaaf fires over to first. Good snag by Sheldon as keeps the ball from getting away.
That was almost a souvenir for the crowd down the right field line. New bleachers here at Riverside as well. We always talk about the renovations. It's such a beautiful park. Always has been, but the renovations make it that much better.
It feels like every couple times I come here now, something else has been renovated as well. This one driven out to left field by Rushman. It's going to drop in front of Rugby Riken as he gloves it out in left and gets it in quickly. But runners at first and second. Second hit of the ball game for J.C. Brager as that goes to Philip Rushman.
Just the definition of a solid base knock there for Rushman. Nothing too fancy, just solid contact. Pushing it down that left field side.
Will Fluggy at the plate now, the pitcher. Reached on a walk in the first inning. Mitt Lashley on deck, Gage Frederick in the hole. 2 down here in the top of inning number 3. Cam Schaaf comes set. Puts that one in there for strike 1. Cam Schaaf giving some signals to Drew Riken, the shortstop. Maybe just their way of saying, hey, try to keep him closer to the bag at second. I don't want to have to worry about it. Mac Riken shades over. Now he gets back to his original position as the pitch is thrown and fouled down the left field line right in front of the Brager dugout. It's an 0-2 count suddenly here. Cam Schaaf comes set, 0-2 pitch, trying to end this inning with a strikeout. That one can't find the zone for ball number 1. One-two now count now for Cam Schaaf. Once again signaling to Drew Riken. Mac Riken, the second baseman, is the one shading towards the bag as Cam Schaaf comes set. Checks the runner at second. Does a double take, now comes home with it. That one low and away, ball 2. Good block by McCorkle behind the play as he was able to stop the runner from potentially going to third. From 0-2, the count goes to 2-2 with 2 down. Top of inning number 3. 2 runners on as well for J.C. Brager. Cam Schaaf likes the call from McCorkle as he comes set. Couple checks of the runner, and now he fires home. This one popped up down the right field line and out of play. Of course, you don't want the crack of the bat to end in the crack of your windshield and not have adequate insurance coverage. Let Midwest Insurance find the right coverage for your vehicles. Count remains 2-2 after that foul ball. Cam Schaaf coming set. Still working out of that stretch as he deals. Swing and a miss. Cam Schaaf gets the punch out and it strands 2 runners on. 1 hit, no runs, 2 left on base here for Lincoln Southeast J.C. Brager. Before we go to break, I'd like to thank a couple of our Sportscaster Club members, starting with Aztec. Aztec of Yankton was founded on innovation and a passion to help their customers, and they live their core values every day. Right now, they are offering a healthy sign-on bonus and wage, along with great benefits. Build your career with a group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for walk-in interviews or click it careers at aztecindustries.com. Also, Midwest Insurance Agency, a local independent insurance agency offering insurance from a local South Dakota company, DeSmet Farm Mutual. Midwest Insurance Agency is located just east of the Yankton Bowl. Lastly, One Office Solution, the one source for all your office products, including copiers, furniture, and office supplies. One Office Solution, located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway. Go to the bottom half of the third inning here on KYNT, KYNTV. Back in 30 seconds.
Truxedo, a real truck company, has new job opportunities for you. We are searching for motivated candidates to fill a variety of roles, including production roles on our weekday and weekend shifts, as well as an industrial engineer, shipping clerk, and receiving supervisor. Truxedo offers a positive and team-oriented environment with many perks and benefits. Come seek the new opportunities Truxedo has for you. Visit realtruck.com/careers for more information and to apply.
Welcome back here on KYNT, KYNTV. Brayden, Butler, Bryce, Ladwig up in the booth for Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball here in the Kyle Mueller Classic. Last game of day one here in Yankton. Isaiah Skelhaas going to lead off here in inning number 3, the bottom half of the inning. Josh Sheldon, the man on deck, and then Mac Reichen representing the top of the order in the hole. First pitch to Skelhaas is a strike. Second pitch, same as the first. You're going to say Skelhaas even got a piece of it there. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove. Fliggy working quickly. Skelhaas popping this one up down the first base line. That one's going to go out of play by those new bleachers that they recently added here at Riverside Field. Once again, that foul ball brought to you by Midwest Insurance Agency. You don't want the crack of the bat to end the crack of your windshield and not have adequate insurance coverage. Let Midwest Insurance find the right coverage for your vehicles. Fliggy taking the longest time between pitches so far this at-bat right there. This one driven out to right center field by Skelhaas, but it's going to be right in the glove of the center fielder. Good track and catch by Philip Rushman out in center as that opens up the bottom half of the third with a fly out to Rushman out in center. That brings up Josh Sheldon, the first baseman. First pitch to Sheldon is sent out to right center field as well. Rushman's getting under it. He's got back-to-back catches on flyouts to center field by Yankton Post 12. Top of the order coming up now with Mac Reichen. Back-to-back F8s in the score sheet for Post 12 here out of Yankton. Mac Reichen popped up to the first baseman in his first at-bat to lead off this game. First pitch to Reichen finds the inside part of the plate for strike one. Rugby Reichen on deck. Lucas Kamshoff in the hole for Yankton if it gets to him. 2 down here in the bottom half of the third. The 0-1 pitch pulled foul down the third base line. Going to end up in front of the Brager dugout. We'll have an 0-2 pitch here from Fliggy. He winds up and fires home. That one high, though, for ball one. 1-2 count now to Reichen. Playing second base today. Was in left field in game one. Showing the versatility. Played a lot of center field in the spring season. That pitch inside as well. Ball two. 2-2 count now to Reichen. Trying to avoid a 1-2-3 inning here for Yankton. That one clips the inside part of the plate, though, on the punch-out, and Reichen is sat down looking. That's going to do it here for inning number 3 on KYNT, KYNTV. No hits, no runs, nobody left on base for Yankton. We go to the top of the fourth. Yankton Post 12 out in the field when we come back on KYNT, KYNTV.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
Ease and confidence should be at the top of our minds when it comes to banking. But if your finances are clouding your future, call First Dakota National Bank. Supporting our local communities since 1872, we're here to help with personal, business, and ag banking solutions. We're ready to dream big alongside you. Whatever your financial needs or goals, First Dakota is ready to help. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYNTV. Lucas Kamshoff going into his... I did it again. Samuel Kamshoff going into his 4th inning of work out on the mound. I will get used to it, I promise. It's good to see Samuel Kamshoff back in a Yankton uniform, playing for the Legion season here. Obviously, collegiate pitcher now. Spent time has been enrolled at Dakota State. It's a 1-0 ball game in the top of the 4th. First pitch is fouled off down the first base line and out of play. Mitt Lashley is the man at the plate. Struck out in his first at-bat, did Lashley. That coming back in the 1st inning. He gets to lead off inning number 4. Gage Frederick on deck. Jack Harris, the man in the hole. Kamshoff comes set. Now he deals. This one popped into center field. Oswald giving chase. He's going to pull up on it to make sure he stays in front of it. It's going to be a quick single here for Lashley. It's going to bring up Gage Frederick. Frederick, the catcher, lined out to the shortstop Drew Reichen in the 2nd inning. Jack Harris on deck, Sawyer Bukowski in the hole. Deep breath from Kamshoff as Frederick enters the batter's box. Frederick trying to lay down a bunt, gets it down the first base line. Kamshoff giving chase. He scoops it and flips it to Josh Sheldon at first. They get there in time, but the runner will advance to second on the bunt.
We've seen some great defensive plays from Samuel Kamshoff in this game alone.
Yeah, showing why he is going to be a big part of this post-12 season here for Legion ball for Yankton. That brings up Jack Harris, struck out looking in his first at-bat, coming back in inning number 2. It's a 1-0 lead here for Brager. First pitch to Harris is lined out to right field. It's gloved out in right, cut off by Sheldon. Gets into Chase McCorkle, but the tag doesn't get down in time, and Harris is going to advance to second as well on the RBI. It was a good throw from right field by Isaiah Skelhaus to get it into Josh Sheldon at first, but the relay can't get home in time. That's going to score a run for J.C. Brager. 2-0 now, they lead. They're going to call that an RBI single and then advance to second on the run. Or on the throw, excuse me. Good play all around for Jack Harris, and that brings up Sawyer Bukowski. First pitch bounces off the front of the plate and gets away from McCorkle. Harris makes the turn at third like he was going to go home, but he jumps back to third base. There are a couple fans below us who are yelling, "Go home." Not sure if it was Brager fans or maybe Yankton fans trying to play that reverse psychology. 2-0 lead here for Brager. One down here, top of inning number 4. Kamshoff comes set. He deals that one low and outside. Good block by McCorkle.
Kamshoff had 66 pitches. And we will have a mound visit, Brayden.
And mound visit. Drew Lawrence wants to go talk to his man on the mound. Mound visits are brought to you by Hedro. Hedro is one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. And when you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit job.hedro.com. It's been a trend throughout the spring season and Legion season so far through 3 games where these mound visits by Drew Lawrence, they do something. They calm down the pitchers, and they're usually able to get out of the jams that they're in. We saw it earlier today with Sean Turner. He had a couple on in a jam, and he was able to work out of that inning. So we'll see what Sam Kamshoff can do here if he gets a little pep talk from Drew Lawrence. Doesn't look like there is any move as of right now to make a change on the mound. So we'll see if Kamshoff can work out of this runner on third scenario.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be open to us miking him up for this. So it'd be interesting.
I don't know if the FCC would be open to us miking him up for this.
I don't know. No, but you're right. He's always had a good calming effect on his pitchers, and to see if Yankton can get out of this. And it's still a very tight ball game. It's just 2-run lead, and but at 2 runs against J.C. Brager seems very heavy.
Key here for Yankton is keeping that runner on third base, not letting him come across home plate. First pitch after the mound visit is a strike for Kamshoff. Pushes the count to 2-1. Bukowski flew out to left field in his first at-bat. Another deep fly could potentially score that run from third. That one finds the outside part of the plate. Strike 2. We're knotted back up. 2-2 count. Kamshoff was working a position for his foot on that rubber, digging away a couple of the pellets. Now he wheels and deals. 2-2 pitch is off the plate for ball 3. We go to a full count. Last thing Kamshoff wants to do is to put another runner on ahead of the top of the order. Devin Lawler on deck, Jackson Volpe in the hole. 3-2 pitch. Popped up down the right field line and out of play into foul territory. We go to a payoff pitch again, part 2 here for Kamshoff. So he's checking the runner at third. Now he's coming home. That one too high, though, misses the zone. Ball 4. Bukowski, will take first base, and that brings up Devin Lawler. Lawler popped up to the pitcher to open this ball game and grounded out to the shortstop in his last at-bat. That coming just last inning. Jackson Volpe, the man on deck, in the hole is Owen Baxter. Kamshoff trying to work with runners on the corners, 1 down. It's a 2-0 ball game as J.C. Brager leads. Showed bunt for a moment, did Lawler, but he pulled it at the end. Makes it count 1-0 as the ball missed. .0 pitch coming from Kamshoff. He's getting the call from McCorkle, checks the runner at first, now comes set. That one clips the inside part of the plate for a strike. Runner gets a free base at second, though, as he's able to steal standing up. That puts Bukowski at second, Harris at third, with Lawler at the plate. 1-1 count to the leadoff man, Lawler. Lawler, the right-handed hitter, playing second base today for J.C. Brager. The 1-1 pitch from Kamshoff leaves that one outside for ball 2. You can hear the coach for Brager calling out the numbers, and then the players will check their little pads that they have with their plays in them. Very akin to a fast-paced offense in a football field, but using those wristbands for baseball as well. Bunt down from Lawler down the first base line. That's going to score. A flip to first by Mac Reichen, and he got it in time. Lawler can't believe it at first, but he's going to walk back to the dugout. He'll have an RBI to show for it, though, on a very well-executed bunt. It's old school style of baseball, that kind of station to station, get guys across the plate by any means necessary, and it makes it a 3-0 game on that RBI.
A good defensive effort by Yankton, as you had said.
Now, great play by Mac Reichen, charging that ball from second base and getting the flip to first. Lawler thought he had it beat, but a great defensive effort beats the runner. First pitch to Volpe, catches the outside corner, strike one. So far in this one for Volpe, singled in the first inning, reached on a walk in the last inning, so he's 1 for 1 in the official scorecard. Cam Schaff with the 0-1 pitch, gets a swing and a miss from Volpe. Count goes 0-2. Haven't seen an 0-2 count in a minute from Cam Schaff, but it allows him to go into his bag of tricks. Doesn't have to leave anything in the zone here. Maybe see something when he tries to get Volpe to chase. 0-2 pitch coming from Cam Schaff. Leaves that one high. Volpe doesn't chase. Makes it a 1-2 count.
We said he can go to his bag of tricks. He has to be cautious also for the runner over at third, and we've seen already in this game some pass balls. And so it's kind of a delicate balance between how much do you want to just kind of mess with your stuff and different strike zone areas, and how much you just have to keep relying on pounding the zone.
That's why the mental game of baseball is so rigorous. It really is just very athletic chess sometimes with the pieces on the board. As that one is left low for ball 2.
More of a checkers man myself.
I'm sorry, I was contemplating telling a story for a second. And let's put it this way. My girlfriend and one of our roommates are both part of the chess club, or we're part of the chess club at the University of South Dakota. I have never learned how to properly play chess. But it's a good analogy in my opinion. Yeah. That one left out of the zone, ball 3, count goes full. I'm a firm believer just because I don't understand something doesn't mean it's not relevant.
It's fair.
Count is full here for Cam Schaff to Volpe. Volpe drew a walk in his last at-bat, trying to draw another one after 3 straight balls. But that one finds the zone. Strike 3 gets Volpe looking. Cam Schaff able to work out of it. 1 run does come across on 2 hits. 1 runner left on base for J.C. Brager. We're going to go to the bottom of inning number 4 here. 3-0. Brager leads over Yankton. We'll be back in 60 seconds on KYNT, KYNTV.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
Picnics, family reunions, cookouts, all activities that are a part of this time of the year. And nothing goes better with your get-together than Sheboygan brats, sausages, wieners, and all-beef hot dogs. Get Sheboygan at your local Hy-Vee today. Produced with pride at Simple Meats in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Everyone deserves a competent, compassionate, comfortable medical team. At Yankton Medical Clinic PC, we are your medical team. We know you. We know your medical history and work together to help solve your medical puzzle. With all your medical history in one chart, our physicians truly know you and provide continuity of care. The team at Yankton Medical Clinic facilitates access and communication with specialists on your behalf. At Yankton Medical Clinic, we really do provide so much care, so close to home. Learn more at yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV, as we go to the bottom half of inning number 4. Rugby Reiken's going to lead off here for Yankton. As I try to get a potential final score update on the Yankton Junior Legion game. They're playing over in the Crofton pod of this tournament. Have that for you when there's a break back in the action here as Reichen steps into the batter's box. Singled earlier on in this game. That's the lone hit on the board for Yankton so far. First pitch, left outside for ball 1. Crofton ended up defeating the Yankton Junior Legion team 11-6. That's over in the Crofton pod, all part of the Kyle Mueller Classic. Right back up the middle by Reichen. A comebacker on the pitcher. I believe it caught him on the glove, though, and not on the body, so
I don't know, man. That still hurt my chest.
it's still a worrying sight to see a ball hit that hard right back at the pitcher. Seemed like it got him on the glove at the very least, though. Could have got him on the base of the hand. That still hurts. There's not a lot of padding in that part of the glove.
He even waved off his coach, too, so that's good news.
It's always a good thing to see. No matter who you're rooting for, you don't want to see a player get hurt on the field. Does put Rugby Riken on first base, though, with the single. 2 hits on the day for Riken. The only 2 hits of the game so far for Yankton. Lucas Kamshoff up to the plate to change that. Fleege checks the runner at first. Staying in the game. Working out of the stretch. One of the few times tonight he's had to work out of it. Leaves that one off the plate for ball 1. As a matter of fact, he hasn't had to work out of that stretch since the last time Riken was on base. One 0 pitch here to Kamshoff. That one's out of the zone as well. Count goes 2-0. Yankton just trying to get players on base by any means necessary right now. Flagey's had a very good game on the mound through 3 innings. We're here working in inning number 4. Nobody out, 1 runner on. That's Rugby Riken after a leadoff single. 2-0 count. Make it a 2-1 count. That one catches enough of the zone to be a strike. Not sure if it was the comeback or just a difference in pace when he works out of the stretch, but Fleege definitely has slowed down since having to come out of the windup. That one finds the zone. Back-to-back strikes, make it a 2-2 count. Long time waiting to get the sign. Look, a pickoff attempt over to first. Riken's able to hustle back, though. Doesn't even need to get dirty on the play. He comes set again after checking the runner at first. Now he fires home. That one out of the zone makes it a full count. 3-2 here to Kamshoff. His first at bat of the game, Lucas Kamshoff grounded out to the first baseman, who took it to the bag unassisted. It was a great play as well, if I'm remembering correctly. A diving effort made at first base by Lashley. Riken fakes like he's going to run. Big swing there from Kamshoff, but he can't get a piece of it. That strikes out Lucas Kamshoff and brings up Matthew Sheldon. Matthew Sheldon, the third baseman. 1 at bat so far in this game. Struck out in that one. That ended the first inning of play. Lee comes set. Pauses for a moment. Now he deals. Low and away. Ball 1. Brager faked the back pick for a moment, trying to keep Riken at first base by any means necessary. Gage Frederick, the catcher, was able to pop up and thought about throwing down to first, but Riken was able to get back in time. 1-0 count now to Sheldon. Riken on the move. He's hustling to second. Throw goes a little wide. Cut off by the second baseman, so Rugby Riken will stay at second, but he gets the stolen base there and puts himself in scoring position. Matthew Sheldon trying to bring home the first run of the game for Yankton as they trail 3-0 here, bottom of inning number 4. It's the last contest of day 1 of the Kyle Mueller Classic here in Yankton. The 1-1 pitch. Can't find the zone, makes it a 2-1 count to Sheldon. On deck for Yankton is Drew Reich and Cody Oswald in the hole. See Riken on second, talking to the second baseman Lawler a little bit. Both of them were smiling after. Ball gets away from the catcher, and Rugby Riken's going to jog to third on the wild pitch. It makes it a 3-1 count as well on the ball. Rugby Riken snagging third base on the wild pitch. 3-1 count now to Sheldon. Prime position for for Yankton post 12 to put one on the board. Put it in the jar. It's another $1. Hope they're not actually being taken out of my paycheck, but I digress. Fleege steps off for a moment, but he's back in. Comes set. Now fires home. Chopper by Sheldon back to the shortstop. It should score. Reichen throw across the diamond. Gets Sheldon in time, but the I almost said Gazelles. I don't even know what we're on now, man. I'm so psyched out. I'm out of my own element. Yankton Post 12 is on the board here in the Kyle Mueller Classic. The Bucks season ended in the spring. The Gazelles play tomorrow morning in the state tournament, and Yankton Post 12 is playing right now. I have fixed it in my brain. One run comes across. That's Rugby Reichen on the RBI for Matthew Sheldon as he's thrown out at first. That brings up Cody Oswald with the bases empty. First pitch in there for a strike. Excuse me, that's Drew Reichen at the plate. I'm messing up everything right now. I'll get back on track, I promise. Even the best go through a slump. Second pitch to Reichen finds the plate as well. It's an 0-2 count. Cody Oswald is the man on deck if it gets to him with 2 down here in the 4th inning. That one out of the zone for ball 1. 1-2 count now to Reichen. Ball came off the backstop and into the field of play. Cody Oswald hustles out to grab it. Fleege comes set on the mound. He's working out of the windup again. Foul tipped by Reichen back into the netting. He stays alive. Count will remain 1-2 with 2 down. It's a 2-run deficit now after Rugby Reichen came across the plate on an RBI from Matthew Sheldon. 4th RBI of the season for Sheldon. That's now the team lead. That pitch high and inside for ball 2. Two hits, 1 run, 1 error are the official score sheet for Yankton. 2-2 pitch. Bounce back up the middle, goes over the pitcher's head. Good play made by the shortstop as he's able to glove it in front of the second base bag and fire moving to his left. Gets Drew Reichen at first. Excellent play by Sawyer Bukowski as that ends the inning, but not before a run comes across for Yankton. 1 hit, 1 run, no runners left on base. Before we go to break, I'd like to thank a couple of our Sportscaster Club members, starting with Graham Tire. If you notice issues with your vehicle, don't hesitate to call the service experts at Graham Tire because they do more than sell tires. Graham Tire of Yankton, your auto service and tire store next door, as well as the UPS store. They'll help you with anything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, and of course, shipping. The UPS store of Yankton across from Walmart. Lastly, Yankton Thrive. Yes, there is a thriving business economy in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all businesses from retail to manufacturing is Yankton Thrive. For more, go to yanktonsd.com. 3-1 ball game as we head to the top of inning number 5. Samuel Kampshoff still on the mound. We'll be back on KYNT, KYNTV in 30 seconds.
So, you need a new vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles, all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy. Apply for credit pre-approval at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted, not all approved.
FNBO is the great big small bank. And for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV. We come back to a 1-1 count here from Samuel Kampshoff. It's a 3-1 ball game after an RBI by Matthew Sheldon in the last inning scored Rugby Reichen. At the plate now is Owen Baxter, the left-handed hitter, playing third base for J.C. Braggart. That pitch off the plate for ball 2. It's a 2-1 count now. Baxter leading off this 5th inning here for Braggart. Game's been moving at a pretty brisk pace so far. That one out of the zone as it bounced off the plate for ball 3. 3-1 count now from Kamshoff. Only 4 runs on the board between these two teams, 3 of them coming in the last inning. Brager leads Yankton 3-1. 3-1 pitch driven out to left field. That one is roped down the left field line as well. Reichen giving chase. It's going to be at least a stand-up double for Baxter as Reichen's getting the ball back into play. It will be a stand-up double. That's how Brager leads off inning number 5. That brings up Philip Rushman. Rushman singled in his last at-bat. Also reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Kamshoff working on the stretch as always. Lets out a deep breath there as he gets the call from McCorkle behind the plate. Comes home. First pitch is a strike from Kamshoff. Oh, 1 count now. To Rushman. Rushman is the cleanup hitter for this JC Brager team. Kamshoff checking the runner at second. Drew Reichen stumbles over for a moment trying to get a potential pickoff, but Kamshoff decides to come home with it. Good decision as he gets another strike looking. 0-2 count now. Kamshoff comes set again. 0-2 count. Trying to get the first out of the inning. This one swung on and hit back up the middle. Gloved at second by Mac Reichen. He gets the throw over to Josh Sheldon. Great stretch and glove by Sheldon to get the out at first, but it does advance the runner Baxter to third. That brings up Will Flegge. Got timeout out here. Drew Lawrence wants to talk to his pitcher once again. Another mound visit. Mound visits, of course, are brought to you by one of Yankton's biggest and best employers, and that is Hedro. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit job.hedro.com. It's the second mound visit so far for Drew Lawrence. No pitching change made the first time. We'll see what is on the docket here from the head man for Yankton Post 12. As of right now, Samuel Kamshoff has thrown 89 pitches through 4 1/3 innings of work. He's allowed 5 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 4 batters, and walked 3. We'll see what the official decision is here. Doesn't look like there's a move to change anything out on the pitching mound just yet. And there won't be. Huddle breaks on the mound. Kamshoff will stay out there. Yankton trying to battle from behind with a runner on third. It's a 2-run deficit for the home team. 0-0 pitch from Kamshoff. That one's low, ball 1. We have ourselves a pitcher's duel here. League at the plate, struck out in his last at-bat, reached on a walk in the first inning. So 0 for 1 on the day, but he has been on the base paths. That one low, ball 2. Showing good vision at the plate so far. Not swinging at anything out of the zone. That one a ball as well from Kamshoff. Low this time. Makes it ball 3. 3-0 count. See if Fleege's taken all the way. .30 pitch from Kamshoff as he checks the runner at third. No attempt at it from Fleege as it catches the zone. That's strike 1. 3-1 count now with 1 down. Runner on third base is Owen Baxter. He doubled to open up this inning. Philip Rushman moved him to third when he grounded out to the second baseman. Leagy drives a hard ground ball, and it gets past Drew Reichen at short. The whole infield was playing up closer to the plate, and the ball got past Reichen quick, fast, and in a hurry. It was a hard hit. That's an RBI single. That brings up Mitt Lashley. Lashley singled in his last at-bat, struck out in the first inning of this one. J.C. Brager now leads 4-1 over Yankton. They got 6 total hits in the game. Only one down here in the top half of inning number 5. That one off the plate. McCorkle makes a good stop behind it. Keeps the runner at first. Kamshoff checking that runner at first. Getting a little bit of a lead is Fleege. Kamshoff wheels and deals. This one driven hard between the shortstop and third baseman out into the glove of left fielder Rugby Reichen. All on the ground, though, so it's going to be back-to-back singles for J.C. Brager. That puts runners at first and second, bringing up Gage Frederick. Frederick so far in this one is 0 for 2. Lined out to the shortstop Reichen earlier on. That was in the second inning. His last at-bat grounded out to the pitcher. Jack Harris is the man on deck who had an RBI single in the last inning. The 0-0 pitch from Kamshoff. Finds the strike zone there. Good velocity on that one as well. Moves the count to 0-1 to Frederick. Harris, as I mentioned, is on deck. Sawyer Bukowski is in the hole. Big swing there from Fredericks. He was trying to put a drive in that one. Maybe looking to bring both runners all the way around to score, but couldn't get a piece of it. Makes it an 0-2 count. Kamshoff likes the call he gets from McCorkle as he comes set on the mound. Runner still on first and second. Taking decent leads, but both of them near the safety of the bags. Kamshoff steps off and is going to force the runner back to second. After Kamshoff steps off, Fleege takes a bigger lead this time. Kamshoff checks him, now comes home. Swung on by Frederick. It's a chopper to Drew Reichen at short. No play at second. He fires across the diamond. And the throw is not going to be in time, and that loads the bases. Good wheels from Frederick, the catcher. So he was able to beat it out down the first base line. Bases loaded here for J.C. Brager. And we're going to get another mound visit from Drew Lawrence. Once again, mound visits are brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. Going to go to a quick break here during this mound visit. Be back in 30 seconds on KYNT, KYNTV.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
Welcome back in on KYNT, KYNTV. We will have a pitching change here. Samuel Kamshoff is done for the day. His first start of the Legion season went 4 1/3 innings pitched through 99 total pitches. Had 4 strikeouts, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Also walking 3 batters in that start for Kamshoff. Looks like Josh Sheldon's going to be taking his place on the mound, which means he moves from first. Looks like Cooper Grotenheis coming off of the bench to take first base here in place of Sheldon. Everything else looks to remain the same. Josh Sheldon did pitch earlier today. And we do have those updated stats from that outing earlier on in this one. Allowed 1 earned run in that showing. Had 3 strikeouts and 1 walk as well. He's got a 7 ERA in the official scorebook, but only 1 earned run in 1 inning of play is what caused that. Those 3 strikeouts, though, were crucial as that really put the nail in the coffin for Game 1. See what Sheldon can do here as he's trying to work out of a bases-loaded jam here from J.C. Brager. Not the most ideal situation a reliever wants to come into, but Sheldon not really showing any signs of weariness on the mound as he's going through his warm-ups. We're getting the official. I believe we're done with the warm-ups here as the head umpire behind the plate comes out to talk to Sheldon. He jogs back to his position behind McCorkle. We're getting ready to go here once again in Yankton. That'll bring up Jack Harris. Had an RBI single in his last at-bat. A single in this one could bring 2 home for Harris. First batter that Sheldon is going to face. Big swing from Harris. He can't find a piece of it, though. Strike 1. Bases are loaded. The only bright side of that is it does make it easier to obtain a double play ball with the force at any bag. Second pitch from Sheldon finds the zone as well. Quick back-to-back strikes from Josh Sheldon on the mound, picking up where he left off earlier today. Harris puts a jolt into this one. He popped up, got a little too far under it. Looked like it was going to go into the outfield, but it's a infield fly. Ends up into the glove of Mac Reichen at second base. That'll be Harris out on the play. Between the sound off the bat and the way Cody Oswald was reacting to it, I thought it was going to end up in shallow center, but it doesn't even get out of the infield. Finds the way to Mac Reichen. 2 down now here in the top of inning number 5. Sheldon going through his windup. He's able to work out of it with the bases loaded. There's another strike. Makes the count 0-1. Sawyer Bukowski is the man at the plate. Flew out to left field in his first at-bat and then walked in his last one. There's the first ball of the game from Josh Sheldon. He's a 1-1 count now. If Bukowski able to get on base, Devin Lawler represents the top of the batting order. He's waiting on the deck. 2-1 count after that ball by Sheldon as well. One run's already come across the plate this inning as Brager leads 4-1 over Yankton. Big swing there from Bukowski, but he can't find a piece of it. That's strike 2 from Josh Sheldon. 2-2 count now with 2 down in the top of the 5th. Bases remain loaded for J.C. Brager. 2-2 pitch from Sheldon. Swung on, foul tipped back into the glove of McCorkle. He kind of pounds his mitt there a couple times as the ball came out of the glove. Is he able to secure it? That would have been the end of the inning. Sheldon working out of his windup here. Still a 2-2 count. This one foul tipped as well. Went over McCorkle there. He couldn't get a glove on it. Came back into the netting in front of us here. 2-2 count, part 3 for Josh Sheldon. Bukowski had 1 foot in the box, waiting on the call. Now he steps both feet in, gets set. Sheldon set on the mound, waiting for a call he likes from McCorkle. Now he's going into his windup. 2-2 pitch. Swung on by Bukowski, driven out to center field. Oswald settling underneath of it in center. He's able to glove it. Josh Sheldon comes into the game and works out of the jam as he gets 2 outs and strands the bases loaded for J.C. Brager. In that inning, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 runners left on base as Josh Sheldon comes in and shuts it down. We're going to be back here on KYNT, KYNTV, 60 seconds. Yankton Post 12 bats coming up next as they trail 4-1.
Make sure your grass is always greener with a new John Deere mower from your local C&B. Big or small, let the experts at C&B help you find the mower or utility tractor that'll help you get the job done right. Stop in and check out the John Deere Z-Track mowers or take a load off with a new utility tractor with attachments available to help you with projects of all sizes. Go green this spring at C&B. Learn more about available offers at DeereEquipment.com. That's DEER equipment.com.
Whether it's to watch the game, eat out with family, or grab lunch with friends, Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is everyone's favorite place to eat. Checkers' menu has mouth-watering burgers, satisfying sandwiches and wraps, and of course, wings. With 18 specialty wing flavors, there's a sauce for everyone. Like to mix it up? Try their sauce of the month. Head to Checkers Tuesday to Thursday, 4 to 11, and Friday to Sunday, 11 to 11. On Walnut, just north of 4th Street in Yankton.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYNTV. It's a 4-1 ball game as we head to the bottom of inning number 5. Yankton trails by 3 to J.C. Brager. There was a little shifting out in the field as Josh Sheldon moved from first to the pitching mound and Cooper Grotenheis checked in. So we'll see how that affects the batting order as we run through it. See if one of them hits in place of the designated hitter Lucas Kamshoff, or maybe Grotenheis would hit in place of Josh Sheldon, and the DH remains Kamshoff in that 3-hole. We'll see as it comes around that way, but Cody Oswald steps into the batter's box now to lead off the inning. One at-bat so far for Oswald. He struck out in the second inning. Jace McCorkle on deck and Isaiah Skelhaas scheduled to be in the hole. Oswald set in the box. Flegge comes set on the mound. He's into his 5th inning of work. That one off the plate, ball 1. Oswald, the left-handed hitter, one of 2 on the team for Yankton. Cooper Grotenheis the other. Oswald checked on that one, tried to hold up. I think they're going to say it caught enough of the zone anyway. Be strike 1. 1-1 count now. Oswald ended the last inning as he caught a fly ball in the center field. Gets over the top of this one, rolls over it back to the pitcher Flegge. He barehands it, fires it to first, and that is going to be the first out of the inning. The 1-3 putout, as that gets Oswald. Brings up Jace McCorkle, grounded out to the third baseman in his first at-bat. Yankton trying to erase this 3-run deficit here in the bottom of inning number 5. First pitch from Flegge finds the zone for strike 1 to McCorkle. Isaiah Skelhaas is the man warming up in the on-deck circle, taking practice swings. The 0-1 pitch. That one bounces in front of the plate for ball 1. One count now as Flegge gets the ball back. Comes set on the mound, working out of the windup. Leaves that one inside for ball 2. It's a 2-1 count now to McCorkle. Yankton trying to answer the run that J.C. Brager put on the top, the board in the top of the inning. Big swing there, big cut from McCorkle, but he can't get a piece of it. Strike 2 goes to a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch from Flegge. That one can't find the zone. Count goes full, 3-2 now. Only one out here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 hits, 1 run, 1 error on the board for Yankton. 8 hits, 4 runs, no errors on the board for J.C. Brager. Big swing there from McCorkle. Just underneath of it, though, as he is sat down on strikes, and that brings up Isaiah Skelhaas with 2 down here in inning number 5. It is Josh Sheldon on deck. So it could be presumed that Cooper Grotenheis coming in will bat for the designated hitter, Lucas Kamshoff, when it comes around. Could change, though, as starters are allowed 1 re-entry into the game as per the rules for the Kyle Mueller Classic. So no 1 count to Skelhaas after the first pitch was in there for a strike. Quick wind-up, another pitch from Flegge. Taps his chest there, maybe say my bad, as he left that one low for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch, Flegge working quick, leaves that one inside for ball 2. 2-1 count now to Skelhaas. Skelhaas, the right fielder, only 1 at-bat so far in this one. He flew out to center field in that. Coming into this game, Skelhaas in 5 at-bats had 3 hits. So he was batting 600. 2-2 count now after that last pitch. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Flaggy wasting no time. Skelhaus swings at it but can't find a piece, and that's going to be a strikeout to end the 5th inning here in Yankton. We're going to the top of the 6th. It's a 4-1 ball game when J.C. Brager's bats retake the field. Before we do that, though, I'd like to thank a couple more of our Sportscaster Club members, starting with Northtown Automotive, your local Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. Visit northtownusa.com. Also, Stockman's Motorsports, your local Polaris dealer with a full lineup of Rangers and Sportsmans ready to get you in the fields, in the woods, or wherever you like to go. Stockman's Motorsports is a proud supporter of all area students and athletes. And lastly, FloorTech. When your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech 665-4839. We head to the top of the 6th in a 3-run ball game. J.C. Brager leads Yankton 4-1 back in 30 seconds on KYNT, KYNTV.
For work or play, JJ Benji's has got you covered.
JJ Benji's can help your company or business with the right look for employees.
Logoed clothing for casual Fridays, new employees, or daily wear.
The latest styles and materials. Give your team the look you want.
Speaking of team, if you watch the Bucks, Gazelles, or Lancers play,
JJ Benji's is filled with a variety of gear in stock.
For fans from infants to grandparents.
JJ Benji's, 201 Pine Street, Yankton.
For work or play, let JJ Benji's make you look good.
Welcome back in here, KYNT, KYNTV. Josh Sheldon out on the mound for the top of the 6th inning as he shut down the 5th. We throw it back to Bryce Ladwig as we get down the home stretch.
Thank you, Brayden. And we are coming under just that hour 50 time limit here at the Kyle Mueller Classic. Still a little bit of time left, but that is something to start considering. It caught us off guard last time in the game 1 of the day.
Yankton wants to work quickly out there defensively, get 3 up, 3 down, so they can maximize their opportunities to try to cut this 3-run deficit. Hopefully get 2 innings to work with it is what they are looking for.
Lawler at the plate for J.C. Brager has an 0-2 count. And Sheldon delivers on the outside. Just misses the outside zone. McCork will try to bring it back in.
It's one of those pitches you can kind of let go and throw away if you try to get somebody to chase in an 0-2 count.
And breaking ball is lifted out toward right. It is down. Skelhaus chases after it, sends it back into the infield, but another base hit for J.C. Brager.
It's the first hit of the game for Lawler as well. He came in 0 for 3 in this ball game so far. He did have an RBI, though, as a runner crossed home plate on a ground out in the 4th inning.
That was a good example, though, of opposite field hitting. We've seen a lot of that from J.C. Brager, especially out of the right-handed batter's box in this game. Just to go another reason they're such a dangerous team. Very disciplined at the plate and can hit it to all fields. And that brings up Volpe.
On the score sheet, he's officially 1 for 2 on the day. He has a single, a walk, and a strikeout in his ledger.
Beautiful night here at Riverside. The sun has officially gone basically down, showing Bunt Volpe down the right field or first baseline, and Josh Sheldon able to field it, underhand toss over to Grotenhuis, and that is for out number 1. But the runner does advance from first to second, as Lawler will now be dancing off the bag, and that brings up Owen Baxter, left-handed bat for Brager.
You know, in modern baseball, I know at the major league level it's most apparent, but a lot more emphasis is being put on hard hit balls deep to the outfield, home runs, exit velocity, stuff like that. It's interesting to see a team like J.C. Brager, who has been content today to play station to station, old school baseball. It's obviously worked for him.
When you hear those number combinations, as well as you mentioned a couple times earlier in the broadcast, Brayden, they just do things a little bit more as a system. You know, they grow up in the system, and they all know what those numbers mean. As Bill Belichick would say, just do your job. That's kind of the J.C. Brager way. And 1-0 count to Baxter. Sheldon checks the runner and delivers, and it's a chopper up the middle that will get into the outfield, and Brager will send their runner home. It's Lawler. There'll be a play at the plate. McCorkle has it in his glove, and what a throw from center. And what a tag by McCorkle at the plate. He's giving props out to a center field, Cody Oswald. And that was just a bang play. And as it went into the outfield, Brayden, was one of those situations where you can just kind of hear it in my voice. And I'm pretty sure you thought the same thing. I was like, well, that runner's scoring.
Yeah, as
soon as a missile from center.
Exactly that. It was a missile from center. As soon as I saw the runner take the turn from third, I'm like, all right, 5-1 ball game. How's Yankton going to battle back? But Cody Oswald might have to do a Dikembe Mutombo finger wag out there. Not today, trying to get run on him out at center field.
And that brings up Philip Rushman. He's had a nice game so far. And 2 away here in the top of inning number 6. Still 4-1 lead for J.C. Bregman, but an 0-2 count at the plate for Rushman.
I felt I had referenced too many baseball players all the last day. I had to switch the sport, I guess.
We've moved on to the NBA. And Josh Sheldon started walking off the mound to the dugout. He thought he had a punch out there, but quickly collects himself and toes the rubber. Here we go. The 1-2 now to Rushman, as that ball apparently missed in the outside corner. Looks into McCorkle and delivers off speed. It's a 2-3 hopper over to Drew Reichen on hand toss. Over to Matt for the lead runner at second. Force out. And that is 3 away. Yankton bats coming up in the bottom half of the inning. This might be their last chance at it, depending on how long this goes. And we'll be back in 1 minute from Riverside Field.
When I'm looking for inspiration, I find it playing ukulele. Music inspires me to be bold and self-expressive. It teaches me how to turn life experiences into art and find new ways to connect with those around me. How do you show your imaginative side? Schedule your campus visit to Mount Marty University at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966. And with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Josh Sheldon coming to the plate for Yankton at post 12. Yankton trailing 4-1 here at Riverside Field. It's the final game of the Kyle Mueller Classic Day 1 edition, I should say. We have a full day of baseball again tomorrow and quite a bit of baseball, championship baseball on Sunday. The semifinals and finals of the Kyle Mueller Classic. Both sites will converge here at Riverside Field, but we'll wrap up day 1 here momentarily. Josh Sheldon steps into the plate into the box for Yankton, takes a strike on the outside, 0-1. Fleege delivers, and Sheldon lifts this one into the stands for a souvenir, 0-2. We heard earlier that they're giving $1, Brayden, for foul balls.
Why am I up here then?
I know you and I were talking about we should take turns.
You can start go chasing them.
Just have us one of us camp down there. We'll get like one of the remote kits and we can just broadcast from down in the crowd.
That's how we fill the jars. We gotta get those dollars to fill all the jars that we have up here.
So we can say Yankton Bucks and the 1-2. Breaking ball on the inside. Josh Sheldon set down on strikes. That's 1 away here in bottom of inning number 6. That brings up Mac Reichen. Mac Reichen has had a more of a rough Kyle Mueller Classic so far. Good start to the Legion season as a whole, and an excellent spring season. But every player is going to go through these few games at a time, kind of micro slumps, you can call them. Takes a strike on the outside, 0-1.
I mentioned in the last inning, even broadcasters go through those micro slumps, so there's no shame in it.
I've been in mine for years.
That's no longer a micro slump. I think that's just life.
that's just who you are.
That might just be who you are at this point now.
And the 1-1. In the dirt, spiked, and it's a 2-1 count now to Mac Reichen. The 2-1. And Mac Reichen, there you go. Base hit right up the middle into center field. And Yankton has a runner on as Rugby Reichen will come to the plate. He's had a good game.
Yes, Rugby has. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Yankton needs men on base as fast as they can get them. Rugby's been on base so far both times in this game that he's come up to the batter's box. He can get on it again. He could put the tying run potentially at the plate if him and Mac are on.
And the delivery, and Rugby takes a strike inside, 0-1. Remember, tomorrow morning, the, third game of the Kyle Mueller Classic for Yankton will be on KYNTV, YouTube, Facebook, Smart TV app, and, of course, KYNT1450.com. Gazelle Softball will be on KYNT radio airwaves, 102.1 FM, AM 1450. As a strike is called on the inside, and Rugby Reichen is set down on strikes, but Mac Reichen takes off for second and does swipe the bag. So Yankton does have a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of inning number 6. 2 away. And that brings up Cooper Grotenhuis, a left-handed bat for Yankton.
So I was right in my assumption earlier with the pitching change on the mound. Sheldon moves to the mound. Grotenhuis checks in at first. He is in place of the designated hitter, Lucas Kampshoff.
You can take one of your dollars back, Brayden, out of the jar.
I'll be taking all of them, thank you.
Strike on the outside, 0-1. Fastball. Just nicked the corner. Grotenhuis steps out and steps right back in. And is launched into foul territory and legitimately almost hit a car. I mean, I don't think it did, so I can laugh, but the brakes went on pretty hard.
It wasn't even a parked car either. Yeah, it was a car driving by here at Riverside Field.
That foul ball meant business. 0-2 count to Cooper Grotenhuis. We have a mound visit from the catcher. Mound visit is brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. 0-2 count, 2 away, bottom of inning number 6. Yankton looking to extend this game. They'll be able to finish up this half inning, and according to my math, which is that's dangerous, Brayden, I think this very well may be the last half inning of the matchup here tonight. Check swing. Grotenhuis did not go around on an outside pitch. Brings the count to 1-2.
Very good eye there by Grotenhuis, especially in a count like that where your mind has to be to protect, to try to keep this inning alive, keep your chances alive. Good eye on the outside part of the plate.
Outside pitch for a ball, and Mac Reichen steals third, and he beat the throw even. It was a nice jump by Mac Reichen. It's a Mac attack stealing third, and now a run 90 feet from home for post 12. And the 2-2 foul tipped back into the net.
If Grotenhuis is able to get on here and keep the inning alive, Matthew Sheldon is the man on deck with Drew Reichen waiting in the hole.
And the 2-2, and that is a strikeout. Grotenhuis, hard cut, couldn't quite catch up to it. And that ends the bottom of inning number 6. And
waiting to see if the teams line up for a handshake line here, or we're going to go for one final inning. It looks like we are calling the game here.
So your final, Yankton falls to J.C. Brager 4-1. There's also Yankton's first loss on the season. Their record drops to 3-1. And J.C. Brager improves to 6-2 on their season. These two very well could meet up again, depending on how the rest of pool play ends up. We'll begin our Yankton Rexall postgame show after this break. We'll come back and wrap things up from Riverside Field. This is Yankton Post 12 Legion Baseball.
Throw another burger on the grill because barbecue season has arrived. It's up at the lake, out in the park, and right here in Yankton. Get the family together and head down to Lewis and Clark Lake to make the most of these summer days while they last. On your way, stop by Shop Easy, south of Yankton, for everything you need, from snacks to drinks to paper plates. Barbecue season, powered locally at Cenex. Shop Easy, owned and operated by the Santee Sioux Nation, is open 24 hours for your convenience.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. For over 40 years, Sureco has been revolutionizing the tarping industry. From the original Sherlock side-to-side roll tarp to the 4500 series electric tarp to the ProTrap electric hoppers, Sureco has been exceeding the needs of farms and fleets across the U.S. and beyond. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at Sureco.com. Make it Sureco.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please pull forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
This sports season, keep your athlete hydrated with sparkling ice. Choose from a rainbow of colors and flavors, each sourced from nature with vitamins, antioxidants, and zero sugar. Sparkling ice, tease your taste buds with tropical flavor. And rehydrate with Prime Hydration, the perfect combination of flavor and function, changing how you refresh, replenish, and refuel. With 5 awesome flavors and no added sugar, you're getting the taste you want without anything you don't. Prime Hydration, the perfect boost for every endeavor.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
And welcome to our Yankton Rexall post-game show. It's time for our post-game coach interview brought to you by Rhonda Westland, State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. It's Rhonda Westland, State Farm, being joined by Coach Drew Lawrence. Coach, every year that J.C. Brager comes into town, that's just a talented team. They're always a handful. A good game to start things off, though, and just kind of your opening thoughts, and then we'll get into a couple individual players.
We really played pretty well, actually. We had some balls hit really hard. The wind was blowing in. That got knocked down by the wind that I thought would have been gappers for us. And so I thought we actually had pretty good at-bats after the first couple innings. First couple we were a little slow with the hands a little bit. But then after that, especially the bottom of our lineup was really hitting the ball hard. And sometimes you just get unlucky. And that's kind of what happened with a couple of spots. And then a couple of calls didn't go our way. And it's just kind of how baseball works sometimes.
Not the result you wanted, obviously, overall, but Samuel Kamshoff on the mound. Has to be nice to see him back out there and just getting that reliable arm.
Samuel looked good. He had a lot of good stuff. He competed really well, and he had good stuff. I thought he did phenomenal for us, and he probably hasn't thrown that many pitches in a while, and he was able to go out there, and his velocity was good, his off-speed was good, and yeah, he made a really athletic play to get an out at home, really athletic play to get it out at first. He was busting out there, so he was doing a good job.
All throughout day one of this tournament, Josh Sheldon has come in on relief and done a really nice job as well. We talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, Josh has been really kind of an eye-opener for our coaching staff here. We knew he could pitch, but he didn't get a lot of innings in the spring. Just kind of some guys got hot when they were pitching on the mound, and I just kept kind of rolling with them. But Josh has kind of opened it up for him to be a guy that's going to be able to come in relief, kind of like how we use Cottle. And I think Josh is going to really thrive at that. I mean, he did a phenomenal job tonight in relief. So, that's just kind of the kid he is. He's ready for anything, and he'll be ready the next time, sure.
Some really key defensive plays. Obviously, Samuel Kamshoff with the tag at home, and then just the absolute missile from Cody Oswald in at center. And nice job by McCorkle framing that tag up as well. But some really nice plays. We've seen that all season going back to spring.
Yeah, the play at home was really impressive. I couldn't believe that Samuel decided to grab that ball and try and get him out, and he did. And then when Cody threw that one, when that ball was hit, I said to Coach Crew right away, like, this is going to be fun. Because we knew what was going to happen, and that thing was a missile that was thrown down. The play wasn't even really that close at home because he was able to throw it home with such velocity. So that stuff's fun. We do make a lot of good defensive plays, and we need to keep doing that in order to be in games.
There's some good arms in this team. I'm trying to take away from anyone, but when he rounded that run around at third, you could hear it. If you watch back or listen back, you can hear my voice kind of like, well, this is about to be a 5-1 kind of situation. And then by the time he got 10 feet, I realized, oh, never mind.
Yeah.
And as you said, he beat the runner.
Yeah, that's fun to watch, isn't it? And that stuff is really fun, and Cody loves that stuff. He had a funny reaction afterwards, so everyone enjoys that, and it gets us going a little bit, so, it's always fun.
All right, York tomorrow morning, the Vermilion, but let's talk York. Do you have a pitching plan? Who are we going to see on the mound?
I have a couple guys that are going to throw tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly the order. Scalhouse is going to throw a game, and then Matthew Sheldon's going to throw a game. I haven't figured out quite yet who's going to throw what, but for sure those two will be starters, and then we'll have Mark Cottle in relief, hopefully, for the night game, and other guys, hopefully, that can step in and be able to pitch for us if we need to. But, in these tournament games, kind of like what we were talking about before on air, you get a guy out there, you kind of have to ride him a little bit in order to to get to pitching, because you have to win. You have to, play in 6 games here. You're playing 4 in pool play, and then if you win, you're playing a semifinal and championship game. So,
kind of empty the tank, right?
Yeah, 6 games, and then we jump back again, and we play on Tuesday. So that's why you won't see Drew, and you won't see a couple other guys. But we'll be ready. Hopefully we get that opportunity.
All right, Coach, see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Coach Drew Lawrence, Yankton Post-Show Legion Baseball. Always appreciate his time. And we will take a break, come back, and continue here on the Yankton Rexall Postgame Show.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we see patients from 1 to 101.
Come experience our gentle touch while you relax in our massage chairs and watch TV. Patients are loving our new digital scanner. No more ooey gooey gaggy impressions.
We'd love to meet you, and we're always accepting new patients. Call 665-2530 to make an appointment. Elwood Family Dental Care, where we take care of the entire family.
Looking left the entire way. Feed route wide open. Carter Bell. Touchdown. South Dakota. And the Coyotes extend the lead.
Be a part of the fun inside the Dakota Dome this fall. South Dakota football season tickets are available now. The Coyotes' 6-game home schedule opens September 9th against St. Thomas and includes games against rivals South Dakota State and North Dakota. Season ticket packages are the best value and are available at goyotes.com. We are South Dakota.
I'm Lenny, and I've worked at Hedro since 2013. Some say hydro, but it's Hedro. Simply put, we bring aluminum to life by shaping it into the things the world needs. We're global and in over 40 countries. There are 23 plant locations in the U.S., and Yankton is the second largest. This means a career at Hedro is strong and promising, with a great chance to move up or move around. Be a part of a bigger story, a story shaped by you. Jobs.hedro.com.
Welcome back in here on the Yankton Rexall post-game show. Yankton Post 12, Legion Baseball falling to J.C. Brager in this one. It's the final day of the opening excuse me there. It's the final day or the final game of the opening day of the Kyle Mueller Classic. Stumbling over my words just shortly. It proves how long of a day it has been, but it's been a great day of baseball. So we take a look at your stats review for this one. Your stats review is brought to you by Culligan. Culligan, you can rent a Culligan water system for $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. To schedule your free in-home water test and consultation, visit CulliganYankton.com. Look at your stats in this game. We'll start with the victorious J.C. Brager out of Lincoln Southeast. They took the 4-1 victory. Starting on the mound, Will Flegge pitched all 6 innings, 92 total pitches, allowed 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned, and 9 strikeouts, no walks either for Flegge. So very dominant performance on the mound. Kind of shows one of the better arms in that rotation for J.C. Brager, but I know they got a couple more still in the tank as they're trying to round out and win another Kyle Mueller Classic Championship. If they want to advance to Sunday, they got to get through Saturday, though, so there's some key games going on tomorrow. Almost every player got a hit for Brager as well. Devin Lawler went 1 for 3. Jackson Volpe went 1 for 2. Owen Baxter went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Philip Rushman went 1 for 4. Will Flegge went 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. Mitt Lashley went 2 for 3 with a run scored. Gage Frederick went 1 for 2. Jack Harris went 1 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. And Sawyer Bukowski went 0 for 2 but did get on base with a walk in this one. As a team, in 25 at-bats, 10 hits, 3 RBIs, 4 total runs scored, 3 walks, and 4 total strikeouts for J.C. Brager. Turning our attention to the Yankton Bucks, Samuel Kamshoff got the start on the mound, went 4 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks for Kamshoff. And then Josh Sheldon shut it down in the end, pitched the final inning in 2/3, allowed 2 hits total, no earned runs, no walks either for Josh Sheldon. In the batter's box today, it was slim pickings for Yankton as you heard Coach Drew Lawrence say in the postgame interview with Bryce Ladwig. A lot of hard hit balls that maybe if the wind's in a different direction, they don't die out and they're gappers, or they just end up going to where the players are already positioned. So it's one of those things about baseball. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good in baseball. And all the hard hit balls it seemed today for Yankton ended up in unlucky spots. Rugby Riken did lead the way offensively, though, as he went 2 for 3 with a run scored, the lone run of the game for Yankton Post 12. The only other hit came from Mac Riken as he went 1 for 3 on the day. Matthew Sheldon did get an RBI as he grounded out, but Rugby Riken reached home on the ground out. We'll go to your offensive and defensive players of the game, starting with your defensive player of the game, brought to you by Olson's Pest Technicians, your residential and commercial pest control solutions. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. We're going to go Cody Oswald for your defensive player of the game. Made a lot of key catches out in center field, and obviously that throw down from center, hitting Jace McCorkle right where he needed to get it, to get the tag down, saving a run scored late, keeping it a 4-1 ball game. In the end, Yankton still falls 4-1, but that's a key play for Cody Oswald and Yankton Post 12, trying to keep their hopes of a victory alive. And outside of that, obviously, just normal center field duties, patrolling that center field area. For Cody Oswald, he's your defensive player of the game, brought to you by Olson's Pest Technicians. Your offensive player of the game, brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. That's going to go to Rugby Riken. 2 for 3 on the day with a run scored. No RBIs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. But Riken was able to get a pair of singles, was really able to get to the ball early. Coach Drew Lawrence talked about having quick hands in the batter's box, or Yankton kind of struggled with that early on. Riken had quick hands all day long. Rugby Riken, your offensive player of the game, brought to you by Hy-Vee. We're going to take one more quick break here on KYNT, KYNTV. We'll be back in 90 seconds. We'll wrap things up here from Riverside Field in Yankton. Back in 90 seconds, KYNT, KYNTV.
Do you really think it's a good idea to buy insurance off the internet? After all, it is insurance. It's not a commodity like a toaster. It's a contract to protect what you value most. Your home, your car, your business, your health, and even your life. You need a professional, in-person agent to make sure you have the right coverage to fit your family's needs. Schedule an appointment with us today. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
Attention homeowners, if you've been on the fence about selling, I'd love the opportunity to visit with you. With low inventory, now would be a good time. Call me, Deb Speck at Vision Real Estate. I'll provide you with a free market analysis and a no-pressure approach. Call me at 605-664-5555 to find out if now is the right time to make a move.
Owning your own home or business is more than walls, floors, and a roof. It's what's inside that matters most. Protect your assets, your cherished keepsakes, and your family with a home security system Professionally installed by Yankton Computer and Network Services. They have the devices and expert technicians to help you protect what matters most. Call Yankton Computer and Network Services 664-2222 or stop at 1901 Broadway.
Welcome back to the Yankton Rexall post-game show. Thank you, Brayden. I was talking to Coach Drew Lawrence, and love that. And they just turned off the lights on us, so I think that's our signal. We need to start getting out of here.
If we aren't getting, we need to getting, that's for sure.
And I think we went over mainly everything. York tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. pregame on KYNTV only stream. YouTube and Facebook, the Smart TV app, KYNT1450.com. Yankton Gazelles and O'Gorman, the third day of the state championships, AA bracket up in Aberdeen for the 7th, 8th place game, and that will be at about 9:45 a.m. pregame. Jeff Duffy on the call on the KYNT radio airwaves, 102.1 FM, AM 1450, the free mobile app, and KYNT1450.com. And for Brayden Butler, I'm Bryce Ladwig. Thanks to Kenzie Gaziski and Dave Lesher, our KYNT studio producers tonight. All of our sponsors making this broadcast possible. I'm Bryce Ladwig from Riverside Field. We'll see you tomorrow, day 2 of the Kyle Mueller Classic.
Thank you for listening to KYNT.